you have, okay, in Six Sigma, you have to concentrate on the customer first, and then you make the process and design the process based on your customer demands. Because actually, who's paying your salary? It's the customer. If the customer will go to another company, what will they do? What will your company do? Your market share, your profits, your ability to pay your bills is going to be shrink. Right? So you're depending on the customer. Let me explain. I was one of the companies, I cannot tell the name because it's a trading secret. They were using Six Sigma. They asked me to teach them Six Sigma. Why? They were making a product, used a chemical product. The pureness of this product was about the process is reducing a pureness, a clear of 97% pure. And they were providing the whole local market factories. It's a business-to-business project. Okay, and they were providing all the factories in Saudi Arabia with this one, and they were buying it, but they have to make another process to make it more pure to 99%. Then in 2015, China came in the market with a pureness of 98.99. What do you think happened? Just imagine what happened. Will these companies say, yes, I will buy from the Saudi company, or will I buy from the Chinese company?
Chinese.
They will buy from the, yes. Luckily, China capacity, because it is very much big demanded product, it could only provide for 3 months. So what did the company do? They made an administrative decision to shrink down the benefits of the employees, to reduce some employees, to shut down the factory for 3 months. What should they do, actually? Change what? Change their management? Change the employees? Change your process. The result of your process is not satisfying your company, your customer. So you have to change your process so your outcome will satisfy your customer. That is actually what's happening. And that is what you need to do. But what did this company do? They shrink down the employees, and they shut down the company for 3 months. So they postponed all the maintenance and PMs in the 3 months where they were shut down. So they make shut down, and then when China finished, the inventory is finished, and then they start again to provide for the customer. But what is happening if China can provide 6 months? Will you shut down 6 months also? Okay, what if next, maybe after 5 years, or it will expand and they will provide for 9 months? Will you shut down your company 9 months? So you have to change. You have to change your process. So the outcome changes to the customer satisfaction. You have to concentrate on your customer. Okay, this is the first thing. How did the Japanese started with this concept? When they went to the Japan, when they were manufacturing, when they went to America to see the Ford manufacturing company, and that time the American cars was built to last 36 years. So the Japanese said, we have no capability to maintain a car or to produce a car which will last 36 years. So they asked themselves, does the customer, listen to me please, does the customer want a car and drive it for 36 years? مين عنده سيارة عمرها 36 سنة؟ ما حد. يعني كلنا بنغير سيارتنا كل 3 سنين 5 سنين. يعني يمكن أقدم واحد سيارته 10 سنوات. صح ولا لا؟ فهم بدأوا بهذا السؤال، فقالوا ما في أحد يبغى، ما في كاستمر أو شريحة كبيرة في أمريكا أو في الدول الغربية ما يبغوا سياره عمرها 36 سنه. يعني احنا عندنا دحين سيارات امريكيه موجوده في التشليح عمرها يمكن 10 سنوات ولا 15 سنه، يعني لسه ما وصلت 36 سنه، وقدروا يتخلصوا منها واشتروا جديد. طيب فما اذا ما حد يبغى هذا الشيء، فهم اعتمدوا على هذه المقوله انه ما في احد من العملاء. وفعلا لما هم صنعوا سياره عمرها الافتراضي 7 سنوات، او when they made a car which life or used life was for 7 years, they have reduced the metals, they have reduced the cost, they resized or reduced the size of the engine, they saved petrol, and it was a market advantage. And then after that, the Americans and the Germans and the British and and all of it, they changed to Japanese car because it was faster, it was cheaper, it was economical, it was also efficient, more efficient than the American cars. So, and you can see it. You can see when you go to the Tashlih, you can see American cars maybe 10 years old or 12 years old, and they're already in Tashlih. So nobody wants to maintain a car for 36 years. This is ridiculous. If you see somebody have a car for 36 years, you say it's an old timer, or maybe it's a classic car or something. Somebody who has keeping it in a museum. So that is how the Japanese started. Everything in the customer with the product starts with the customer. If the Japanese say yes, let's go into a printing field, okay? We will have a break for 5 minutes after 3 minutes at 12 o'clock. What time? Okay, no. We'll have a break at 12:15 for Salah, okay? So can you stay with me until 12:15? معايا إلى 12 ربع كويس؟
Yes تمام.
طيب لا انا ابغى الاتنشن يا شباب، ما ابغاكم معايا بس كده، ابغى انا الكاميرا ما بشوف كثير ناس معهم حاطين كاميرات وما بيشاركوا، بس اتمنى بس الجميع يكون معايا، يكون مشارك، يكون
معك ان شاء الله.
طيب شكرا يا استاذ فهد، حياك الله. فالمهم جدا الكاستمر هو الاول وهو البدايه وهو النهايه. اي شيء ما يبغاه الكاستمر انتهى. لو تبي الحين اقول لكم، طيب خليني اشرح لكم شيء ثاني. Let's say I'm going to have I want to have a cup of coffee. I have two choices. I might go to Bernice, okay, and I might go to a buffet. Both of these names, it can be any names, okay, both of these names, they'll give me coffee. What is the coffee? A cup, sugar, coffee, milk, spoon, water, maybe a tissue, water. That's the coffee. What is Starbucks giving you? Or what is what any other name giving you? What Costa Coffee or whatever these coffees are, or Bernice or whatever. What are they giving? They will also giving you coffee. So why is the customer willing to pay sometimes 18 riyal for a coffee, and he's not willing to pay 80 riyal for a coffee from the buffet? Why?
Names.
Satisfaction.
Yes.
Quality. I already know what I will get.
Yes.
I already know the quality.
You know, it's not about quality. This is a good coffee. This is a good coffee.
Satisfaction as well.
Yeah. But you will not take up. Yes, Mr. Mason. Further.
Customer satisfaction.
Yes, the value in your head, in your eyes, is for Bernice, Costa Coffee, whatever any brand you see. You have a value. You might take a picture of yourself and the coffee, a selfie or Facebook with the coffee, right? Yes.
Yes, right.
But you will not take a picture with yourself in a buffet.
Yeah.
Yes, because it's the imagined value of the customer. The customer is ready to pay 19 riyal, 18 riyal, okay, for a coffee, and then for the same product in a buffet, it's also quality. It is not poisoned. It is not bad, okay? But he's never going to pay 18 riyal. Once they say the buffets will say, give me 15 riyal, you will give him, you say, what is this? Take your coffee. I'm coming here for 2 riyal only. Why? It's the value you see and you give to this coffee. Sometimes, but if you drink it, maybe it's the same. And also, especially for myself, I like Nescafe. It's very good. It's better than Nespresso, and for me. But you know, but still, when I go with friends outside, yes, no, I will not tell them let's go to a buffet. let's go to Starbucks or to go to whatever any other coffees to do here. I'm not making commercial for these brands, but it is just to explain. So it is the value of the customer. So what's this Six Sigma actually telling you? It is the voice of the customer. Voice of the customer. Everywhere. When you start the design of the product or the service, and it's also what the customer is willing to pay for of the processes and also of the outcome. So in Six Sigma, it is a defect to have a customer dissatisfaction. It is very, very serious about the customer. And let me tell you one example. UPS, in some of the years, wanted to improve the service. And they said, let's do a speed up of the service. So we may have a market advantage of FedEx and DHL. So what did they do? They have broken the arms of the chairs in the vans. Every van, there was a chair, an armrest. They have removed it and break it. Why? Because they wanted the driver to move quickly. Okay, and deliver the shipment. But you know, actually, when they made a survey after that, after they finished breaking their fleet arms, and after they have increased the speed, they made a survey, and they said to ask the customer, what is your first priority? And they said, they put one of these, he said the politeness of the delivery agent, the speed of the delivery agent, and some other options, okay? What was the first thing? You think?
Politeness and good behavior.
Politeness, yes, and good relationship. Good morning, sir. Good morning, madam. Yes, mister. Yes, sir. This was the first thing. Then the speed. Yes, after that, the speed. It's not, I don't say it's bad, but the first thing is the relationship. Imagine yourself when you have a fight with an agent, with Amazon or with any other, or Noon, or with any company. You will not buy Noon from Noon anymore. Why?
I'm not buying because whenever their driver is coming, his behavior is yalla tal sura sura yalla.
Yeah. You see?
I don't like his behavior.
Yes, Mr. Mohsen.
On the other side, Amazon driver is coming. Okay, sir, I'm waiting for you 5 minutes. Okay, sir, I'm waiting. So it seems good.
Yes.
It looks nice.
Yes, that's why you buy from Amazon, Mr. Mohsen, and you did stop buying from Noon. Yes, because Noon, they don't train their. We don't want to talk about other people, about other business, but you know, that's right. You choose not because the product, you choose because of the politeness and about the communication they start. So it is all about customer. How will they know about customer? How does your company? I'm not asking you to give me any trade secrets. Okay, it is just tell me. But I'm asking you in general question. For example, how will your customer? How will you know if your customer is satisfied? You must know somewhere. They
will always come back. They will always come back.
Yes, they might come back to you today, maybe tomorrow, but then they will find something else. You still need to have a relationship with your customer. You still need to visit your customer. You still need him, introduce him to visit you. You need to have an open line communication for any notice. For any, if there's any notification, notice if he noticed something no good or some unsatisfaction, there must be a quick notice before the complaint become big.
So we have to bring our customer in a comfort zone where he is happily open to talk us. Actually, the case which you are talking about, UPS.
Yeah,
I was in UPS at that time. It happened in front of me.
Mashallah.
So at the end, the results was very bad. So we have been taught, we have been learned that okay, you have to be friendly with your customer, bring him to the comfort zone. Okay, so he is openly ready to discuss anything with you. Then your customer is secured with you. Otherwise, maybe 1 month, 2 months, he will find another option.
Yes, as you said, yes, Mr. Mohsen. Thank you very much. Thank you. You are right. You are actually right, and I'm. Thank you for this for your share. Yes, of course. Also, you know, Motorola itself. You know, why did, for example, or let's not say about Motorola. Let's start about Nokia. Why is Nokia? Nokia was having 100% or 99% share of the whole phones in the whole world. Why now they have only a 1, maybe 2% market share? Why? And
They
cheap
didn't
phone.
improve with time.
There
They
was
did
no
not
improvement.
upgrade themselves.
They didn't
Yes,
improve with
yes,
time.
yes. They did
They
not.
did not evolve, did not embrace the new strategies and the rapid changing world.
Yes, they didn't. They lose the contact with
Mhm.
the market. They were talking. You know, Peter Drucker said one time, if you and your team say our company, our technology, our teams, then you are in danger. You must start the meetings with our customer. You must have a story of the customer in every meeting, like Disney World. Disney said to them, in every meeting we have to have a story, even a bad one or a good one. If there's no story, this means we have no customer, or it means that somebody have a story but he did not tell, and we don't know about it. And remember what I said: the strategist makes the strategy from the information from the people on the ground. So you have to have a story. You have to change your meetings. Start with the customer. After Bismillah, start with the customer. Never start with we do. Our company, your company is nothing worse if the customer decided to stop dealing with you. So it's all about your customer. So it's about Six Sigma. Who's the customer? Customer is anybody. It is there's an end customer and there's an internal customer. Everybody behind you who receives the work after you is a customer. It is also a good strategy for it is also a good strategy for problem solving. For example, if you have a dispute between departments, so we used to ask the departments, who is the customer? For example, Abdullah is the customer of Muhsin, or and both fighting together. Now Abdullah and Muhsin is fighting and they have a dispute or disagreement, and then they come to us. I will tell him who is the customer. If the customer is Muhsin, Abdullah, do what Muhsin said.
Customer is always right.
Yes.
Customer is always right.
Because why? Because Muhsin is going to give the other customer. Okay, then Hisham have a dispute with Abdullah. Hisham, who is the customer? Abdullah is the customer of Hisham. Hisham, do what Abdullah said. I have no manpower. That's your problem. That's not his problem. I have no computer. I have no this. I have no budget. That's your problem. That's not his problem. So when you start your communication, it's always about the customer. My internal customer wants this. My external customer needs this. Okay? So this is how you create a new culture, a new philosophy. Six Sigma is a philosophy. It's not only about formulas and about statistics and about, it's a philosophy, it's a leadership. So
but Mr. Hosni, I have one question here.
Yes.
It is really difficult to digest that environment. For example, I'm working in the same place in a very harsh environment for 20 years, and then suddenly Six Sigma will come and ask me, okay, you have to change this. So it is very difficult for me to digest that. And we have a number of people everywhere around the world with this mentality who don't want to digest this, who don't want to upgrade this. So how you Six Sigma is going to teach us that how we deal with that kind of mentality?
Okay, there's a leadership part in the black belt level. We'll talk about this later. But you know,
great.
it is about, you know, and you have to know for everybody, okay? I don't know, for everybody now. As a Six Sigma professional, you have to know that you might be a professional Six Sigma, but there are two types of management. There are involvement and committed. Involvement means, okay, do the job. If I like it, I will approve it. If you don't like it, I will not approve it. This is commitment. They will say, good job, yeah, thank you, good, yes, okay, take it and put it in the drawer. This is a commitment. This is an involvement. And then we have commitment. A commitment is, since you have done this project, so we will do it. Yes, yes, maybe it failed. Yes, every project can fail. Yes, there's a certain risk. But also there's risk management in Six Sigma. You can put some risk management in there. That's why you have to maintain the Six Sigma level pyramid. And that's why you have to have a black belt and you have a green belt. And it's not the aim of the training to give you a black belt and a green belt. It is the company must maintain the pyramid. Okay, why? Because there's a green belt. We'll talk about this later. I don't want to go now, but we'll talk. There's a green belt who's going to be a team leader, and there's a yellow belt who's going to be a team member, and also there's a black belt who's going to be a project manager, and there's a champion who's a leader who will force the people, who will interfere if there's any problems. Okay, so you will have a project charter, and this gives you. And then you have a signature of the champion, who can be the CEO, the quality manager, the whatever, the operation manager, the factory manager, okay? And he can, and he might resolve any issues or any problems with you, okay? What you have, and will have any barriers, and he should remove anybody who is against Six Sigma. Yes, maybe after you finish this training. Yes, it is advisable that if you don't accept Six Sigma, and if you are in a leading position and you don't commit to Six Sigma, you might get out. I get rid of you. What is the use of having? I'm not talking about anybody, okay? What is the use of giving a big salary to somebody who don't want to improve? I need to change, and you want salary from my side? Yes.
In this point, it has something to do with change management.
Yes, Six Sigma is a change management. Yes, yes. Six Sigma is also a change management tool. Yes. If you adopt it,
Mr. Hosni, I have one question here.
Yeah.
You just mentioned the importance of the identification of the customers, and rightly so. And you have given example of the behavior, and Mohsen has mentioned also 1-2 examples about Amazon versus Moon's driver behavior. So the question in here is that what's the rationale between your product quality and the customer's dealing? I will give you an example that there is a very big company, it's named Alistair. It's one of the biggest manufacturer of energy meters in the world. The quality is world class, and no doubt in that. But the customer dealing is not that much good, and still they are doing a very good business if you see in terms of the market share they had in the metering market in the world. So the question is the rationale between the quality and the dealing with the client. So how you meet the two different diverse expectations of the clients, and you have two extremes here. One extreme given by Mohsen, that even if Noon is given a good quality, but the behavior is bad, so I'm going to buy it. And the other extreme is they're sitting in the other side of this picture, where they have the significant market share in the world, but the customer satisfaction is extremely bad, but the quality is very high. So can you relate these two?
Yes, Mr. Sishan. First of all, thank you for having the mic. Thank you for this. But I think you have only one example, or maybe two. But this is not in general. You cannot have a rule, or you have this. This might be a theory based off 1 or 2 examples. But I don't think you have more than 3 examples in this world that can be a good quality, but bad customer the satisfaction. For example. Also, this is extreme. Yes, you can have some picture of the Henry Ford's school was, if I ask the customer, what do you want? He would say, I want a faster horse. But I did not give him a faster horse, I give him a car. This is the extreme. It was a certain time. The customer did not know what Ford knew more about the future than the customer, okay? And there was a big risk, but he provided it, and then he was succeeded. Right, this can happen, this is an extreme. But on the other side, for example, the definition of quality is now changed to what the customer wants, or the quality is what the satisfaction of the customer. You have different levels.
Can we say that it depends on the product market as well?
Yeah,
Because for
yes.
example, the market where we are dealing in, I mean, the most of the electricity equipments and the behavior mostly is I can give you many examples. Yani, I can give you the MT example, and I can give you LNG example. I can give you Itron example with more or less the similar, where the product quality is world class, and in fact very good quality, and still they have good market share. So we say that is type of market you are dealing in as well.
Yeah, sometimes it's a good market, not a good product. Yes, in some extremes, you have a good market, don't have a good product. If you go, for example, to Arafah, in Arafah, you can market a bottle of water for 15 riyal. It's a good market. It's not a good service. It's not a product. It's not a quality product, but you still have a good market. Okay, you might sell one bottle water for 100 riyal. It's a good market, but it's only temporary. It will never last. You cannot depend on it. Okay, it is what do you say? It's an occasion where you do it, but you cannot do this. You cannot sustain it. The definition of quality in Six Sigma is customer satisfaction. So let's say I want to have I have a market, a quality, high market, a world-class market product. It is very expensive. No. Let me give you an example. I was in Virgin. You know Virgin store in the malls. You can see here they have one. They have one vacuum cleaner for 3,000 riyal. They said it's very easy to carry. You can just put it on the wall. It is very small. It is very efficient. Okay, maybe they will have somebody to buy for 3,000 riyal. Maybe they have 1, 2, 3, 7 customer, 8 customer, 10 customer. They will buy it. But then finish. Why should I buy a vacuum cleaner for 3,000 riyal, and I can buy a vacuum cleaner for 200 or 150 riyal? It's only a vacuum cleaner. I'm not going to sleep with it. I'm not going to marry it. Okay? I'm not going to, I'm just going to use it 1 time a week or 2 times a week just to vacuum. Why should I pay 3,000 riyal for something like that? Just because it's a new adventure or a world class. Yes, it will become cheap later. How it's going to get cheaper? It's going to get cheaper because some other companies will come and will give you the same product, the same service, the same value with lower cost. So it's a destiny. So you will stay with 3,000 because you have your high cost. Okay, and then somebody will, a China come, or maybe a Taiwan will come, or maybe a Singaporean factory will come and give it to you for 300 riyal. And then who will go? Oh, then yes, you will buy. It will be what class, yes, but we will not buy from you for 3,000 anymore. So it is about customer satisfaction. The customer must be satisfied with it. So why should I buy 3,000 riyal vacuum cleaner when I can buy one for 150? In the end, it's only a vacuum cleaner. Okay. So why should I buy whatever? You can have a lot of examples of it. That is about Six Sigma, is that everything the customer wants, this is how you start, and this is the quality. The quality is, if the customer is satisfied, then you are quality. If the customer is not satisfied, then you are not quality. Whatever you do, you can make for example, in some market you can sell kaleja, for example. Here in Saudi Arabia, kaleja is a very good food. But when you go, for example, to India and I want to sell kaleja, for example, nobody will buy. Maybe they won't taste one. They will taste 1 or 2. Maybe they will buy for if somebody was in Saudi, he will reserve as a gift. But then finish. It will not work because it is about the customer. It's not about the product itself. You understand? So we're going to have a break now. Just give me. Okay, I think it's not time to break. What time we will come back, Mrs. Ahlam? What time we come back? Okay, I suggest.
I think 15 minutes.
Let's make it 20.
15 to 20.
20 minutes.
Yeah, let's make it 20 minutes.
Okay, 12:40. Inshallah, we'll be back. Okay, and have a nice day. Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. Welcome back. الله يتقبل. تقبل الله. نبدأ ولا نستنى كمان شوية لما يبدأ يجوا الشباب؟ ماشي. لسه العدد 20 بس، يعني كانوا 28 أول. باقي 8 أشخاص بس. أوكي دقيقتين كمان نبدأ. كويس إنه قلنا 20 دقيقة.
الان تونا مخلصين الصلاه، فهو اذن بعد ما خلصته ب5 دقائق.
أيوه أيوه أيوه. طيب كمان دقيقتين لما يجوا. في واحد ثاني جاي. طيب ماشي. Okay. Just to remind you, please open your cameras kindly. Please cooperate with us and open your camera. Thank you, Abdullah. Thank you very much. شكرا يا إبراهيم. حياكم الله. مرحبا. Okay. We have customers. Our customer are one of these. One of these customer. Our customer can be one of these. Either we have a current happy customer. What can we do with him? We must keep him happy, right? We have to communicate with him. We have to have a good relationship with him. We have to keep him happy. We have to keep the problems small, so they don't get big, so he'll turn into an unhappy customer. So we'll keep it small and let them, and we have to have a communication path open, even for small notes. Even a small notes, a small problem. Yes, we have to pay attention to that. We have to reduce our waste in the operations so we can maintain the cost. We should not get higher customer. We saw what happened to Al Marai. You know, everybody was very, very angry at Marai when Marai decided to increase the cost. Due to other circumstances, financial and economical circumstances, we don't want to talk about now, but you see what happened to the customer. Customers went to other companies. Marai was the biggest, is one of the famous companies, but people went to go to less quality companies just because they were unhappy with the price. So we have to maintain our cost so we can keep that price, and then we have to maintain the profit margin. So it is very important for us to keep this customer happy in cost, in quality, and relation, and also the end, which is business to business. So then we have a lost customer. What should we do with the lost customer? We cannot just leave him. You cannot just say, yes, we have many other customers. Because one customer will take 15 other customers with him. So what you have to do, you have to have a strategy to return this customer back to your customer list. You have to have a strategy. This is something it is taught in customer service or customer relationship management courses, how you can get back a lost customer. So it's also very expensive. When this customer turns, a happy customer turns into a lost customer, it's going to be very expensive to you. First, you're losing income, and if you want this customer to come back, you have to give him discounts. You have to give him gifts. You have to give him offers. Okay, so it is all on your cost. It is all paid from your profit margins. So it's better that you never lose a customer instead of losing a customer and then trying to get him back. But still, if you lose a customer, it is very advisable that you return him back. Don't let, because he will go somewhere else. So it is very, very important that you get back this lost customer. So you have to have a strategy in place for a lost customer. Then you have somebody who is a customer who is unhappy, but he's still your customer, because maybe it's very difficult to change. Maybe because of the location. Maybe because of minimum requirements available. It is difficult. It is very expensive to change a supplier, for example. Maybe you are in your bank. Maybe you have a bank in a certain bank, an account, and you are not very happy with that bank, but you keep that account because you know it's very difficult to change your account number and to make it again and then get used to a new bank and like that. So you just stay with that bank, but you know that when just a small more mistakes happen, I will go out of this bank. This happens, right? So you might have a customer now, but he's not happy with your service. But he's not changing it because he did not find a better one. But he will find one soon. The market is big. Now you don't have only one market. You have not only a local market. You have a global market. Okay. So you have to be sure when this, and you have to know when this current happy customer turned into a current unhappy customer. And do you know some unhappy customers? I don't tell me, but I mean, ask yourself. Maybe you have some customer that deal with you because they have no other choice, but this will change very soon. So it's better for you and it's more cheaper for you to have him a current happy customer. Then you have the customer of the competitions. Competition customers. Also, you should not leave this customer. You should try to get him. You might say, no, I don't want his customer. Yes, but the competition is asking this happy customer to come to him. Maybe if not this contract, next contract. If not this agreement, next agreement. They're working for a strategic level. Okay. Then now you also must have a strategy to get other customer from in the market who is actually now another customer. So you must have this strategy there. And then you have a prospective customer who's not yet a customer, but he will be soon a customer. And many banks now, what they do, they give Visa cards and MasterCards to students in the university. Why? Why? They have no income yet, but they give them a small amount credit for MasterCard and Visa card, for example, for their small مكافأة الجامعة, this the university reward. Why? Because they know when these people work,
They are future customers.
Yes, so these are the future customers. So maybe for example, you might see, for example, Toyota or any company, for example, go to the high school and make courses about defensive driving or safety at the road. Why? Because they're not driving yet, but they're going to be a future customer. Let me give you an example. Abdullah, masalan, for example, he wanted to buy a Porsche. But when he was a student, he did not have money. So his father told him, you're going to buy a Hyundai Accent. So, yes, as I said, I will not speak in Arabic until these people share and ask me to speak in Arabic. And actually until now there is no participation. When I speak this in Arabic also, this guy who will not speak very good Arabic should raise his hand and should talk to me and say, please speak in Arabic. I will not speak in Arabic and waste the other people's time just because somebody is maybe sleeping or maybe he's too shy. Please, you have to ask to learn. So anything he wants to understand, tell me, repeat it in Arabic. I will certainly do that. But in
السلام
many
عليكم
courses,
جميعا. بعد اذنك يا دكتور
Yes.
حسني،
Yes.
استخدمكم يا شباب لو حد مش عارف حاجه بالانجلش يسال الدكتور عادي، انا محتاج اعرف بالعربي فهو موجود معانا وان شاء الله يساعدنا يعني. فاللي حابب يتكلم عربي يسال بالعربي ما فيش مشكله.
yes, شكرا استاذ خالد.
شاكرين لكم.
شكرا. فيا طبعا انا في خدمتكم، طيب وانا اخوكم وانا ابغاكم تستفيدوا، لكن كمان ابغى مشاركه. يعني انا كذا دوره زي كذا بيحصل انه اتكلم مثلا الناس كلهم يتكلموا عربي واحد انجليزي، فاقوم اتكلم الدوره كلها انجليزي والاقي الشخص اللي بيتكلم انجليزي مو مهتم مثلا، او العكس الاقي مثلا اتكلم بالعربي والاقي الشخص بالعربي اصلا مو مهتم بالموضوع. فليش اتعب نفسي؟ ف شو اسمه اللي يبغاني اشرح بالعربي انا يقول لي ويشارك. اطلب العلم. اللي ما يستحمل ذل طلب العلم ساعه يعاني من ذل الجهل مدى عمره. فانا ابغى مشاركه لو سمحتوا. تجلس كذا وتقفل الكاميرا وتقول لي لا خليه يتكلم بالعربي، صعبه كذا شوي، صعبه. فلو سمحت في شيء انت ما فهمته قول لي يا استاذ حسني اتكلم بالعربي، انا تحت امرك. بس but I cannot waste other people's time and some people they don't care and I cannot do this for everybody. So if you want Arabic, if you want me to speak in Arabic, please tell me. طيب and then عندكم perspective customer. طيب so the areas of Six Sigma we will start not only in operation management. You know, operation management we have inside the company. We have inputs, turn it into process, into output. Okay, so in Six Sigma we don't start inside the company. In Six Sigma it's also very important that you have good relation with your supplier. You must have good relationship with your supplier. The planning and the problem solving, okay, problem solving starts with your supplier. In Six Sigma, it is and also in Kaizen and Lean, it's important that you and your supplier have a good relationship, a long-term relationship. Don't only buy the cheapest, okay, and try just to force them for price. Toyota, it started with Toyota. When Taichi Ono noted that there was a screw, okay, that the screw or the bolt length, okay, this is the bolt, is about 8 millimeter or 8 millimeter. Okay, and he saw the mechanics turning the screws. Okay, but he said, what do I need? I only need 4 centimeters or 5 centimeters or 5 millimeters. Okay, so if I need 5 millimeters only. So why I have a screw 8 millimeter? So what did he say? Did he get somebody to cut the screws before to fix them? No. He went to the supplier, Denso, and asked him and told him we have a problem. It's a lot of waste time wasted for the bolt, okay? And we need it is 8 millimeter, and we are turning 3 millimeter extra. Maybe it is a small thing, but if you calculate how many bolts you have, in the car, and how many cars you have per day. And if you save 3 seconds per bolt, then you have saved days in the end of the month, or maybe years of the end of the month. So problem solving starts with the supplier, with your visit to the supplier and your visit the supplier to you. He must know your problems and you must know his problems. Okay? So let's say, for example, McDonald's does not pay the supplier anymore. What will happen to McDonald's? It will stop. Right? So you have to pay the worker of your supplier first, so they can supply you with the input, and then you process it, and then you can sell the output. So it is starting with the supplier, and it is starting with the relationship with the supplier, your process, the waste in your process, and then the satisfaction of your customer. اوكي؟ في احد يبغاني اشرح له بالعربي يرفع يده. اوكي. Okay, so Six Sigma, we should, when should we use Six Sigma? When problem occurs. When will a problem occur? When we have, how do you know? We have a big problem, we are losing money, or we are losing profits. But how do we know that we're going to have a problem in the future? We have supplier defects. We receive goods from the supplier with defects, with problems. This is going to create another big problem on us. Okay? We might have too much inventory. Our process is consuming too much inventory. So this is going to have us increase the cost on our process. Sometimes we have computer issues. These are problems. Sometimes we have human errors. We have sometimes scrap, too much scrap in the process. One time, an engineer, a welding engineer in Aramco, he said to me that he was making calculations for the welders. He's supervising some team of welders, and he's making a calculation. He said, for every piece, I have 10 minutes. And the welders are not happy with it. They said to me, we need at least 20 minutes. So I said to him, okay, yes. And I said, no, my calculation says 10 minutes. So I said to him, how many is your scrap? He said to me, 30%. Then I said to him, how much it will cost? He gave me a big number. So it is better to keep it 20 minutes, as the welder said, and reduce your scrap problems. What is the problem what is the good when you have a time, okay, and when you win the time, but you are losing scrap. Scrap means that you're going to rework it again. It means that you have to have more material, which will increase your cost. So if you have a scrap problem, I think you have to start to use Six Sigma. If you have missed deliveries, okay, missed deliveries. This is the most annoying customer complaint, missed deliveries. I know they have some acceptable levels, maybe 95, maybe 5% or 2% or 3%. Once you reach that level, I think you have to maintain, to start Six Sigma, because you have a problem. This problem will turn into big problems. Sometimes you may notice that the machines are breaking down. Your machines, your operation machines, which are used in the production, they are not all available. Under maintenance, under defect, which means that you have a problem. I think you have to use Six Sigma. If you have a safety issue, you have injuries, you have accidents, incidents, it's good that you use also Six Sigma. If your budget is increasing, Why? What is happening? This means is your cost is increasing. This means you have a problem planning deficiency. So you have to use Six Sigma. All these are workmanship, machine defects, everything. If you have a lot of sick leaves, use Six Sigma, because there must be some reason for this. For these sick leaves. Okay, so the usual approach is that you have a problem, which is the traditional approach. You are having a problem, okay? How did you use it? Maybe by because of the customer complaint, and they didn't, or maybe they did not buy anymore, or maybe they shrink their usual order to you. So you have a problem. What are you going to do? Firefighting. Immediate containment and action is going to be done. Then everything goes back to the normal, and then maybe after 2 months or 2 weeks more sometimes, the problem occurs again. Maybe in the same area, maybe in another area. What will we do? We find somebody to blame. So this is the old one. This is the old way of management, and now this is the new one. Problem identified. You can see defined the problem. As we said before, it might be scrap rate, might be budget overspending, it might be sick leave, it might be errors, it might be failure to delivery, it might be a customer satisfaction survey, it might be some complaints increasement. So this is the first phase of Six Sigma, is the define phase. The second phase, the first one is where you define the problem. You define the problem. Of course, you have a business case. How is it affecting your business? Sorry for the writing and with the mouse. And then you have this problem must be authority. And also must be a team. I will make a team. A team of what? To solve this problem, I have to make a business case. I have to get authority. I have to have a team. Who is going to be the team? It is always the people who are called process owners. So, for example, if I have a problem in the factory, will I make a team of HR people? Will I make a team of security guards? Who will be in the team? Of course, no. Who will be the team? The team will be the one who work on this area. We have to define the problem, and we have to make a team out of the people who are working and who are specialized and who are expert in this area. So then, what we will do after we get this the define, we will go to the next phase, which is the measure phase, where we measure the gap. For example, our problem, our customer complaint was 50 in year 2019. In 2020, it was 55. And in 2021, we are 150. So how much is the gap? So, okay. Okay. How much is the gap? So the gap is that the problem increased. Okay. So we are now measuring. Now in this phase, we are only measuring. We are taking notes. We will go down and we will take measurements. and then compare it with the old data. Okay, this is the measure. Then we will do the analyze. Analyze what? We have to analyze what is the problem. And you know the analyze phase, we're going to use the cause and effect, like for example the fishbone. I'm sure you know about this. The theory is that we have several factors are going to contribute to this problem. This is the problem. But we can only concentrate on 20% who will make what? 80% of the problem. So one of these factors will be responsible, will be the significant one. Not 100%, for example, this one. So what we will do in the analyze phase, we will determine who is the biggest factor, okay, contributing to this problem. I know we have other problems, but if we eliminate this factor, we will eliminate 80% of the problem, which is good. So what we will do, we will make improvement based on the X here, and we will make one plan, second plan, plan 1, plan 2, and plan 3. Okay, so we will do plan 1 first, implement and control it for several months or several weeks. If it is controlled, we will transfer the project and to the operation, and we will have a transfer notification, and then it is finished. If this is not working, so we will go to plan number 2 and implement it and control it until it is stable again, and then we will accept it. So that is the new way of making and solving a problem. The old one was about identifying the problem, firefighting, and then 1 or 2 weeks it will happen again, and then again we find somebody to blame. Maybe we fire him, maybe we reduce his salary, maybe we give him some punishment, but then it will still come again. So your work is going to be always firefighting. Any comments? Comments?
No, sir. No, I think
Is it clear?
yeah, it's clear.
Okay.
Clear for me.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. Okay, so for example, we have a process. For example, this is the end cost. We have a process and we have an end product. For example, this is process A, no defects. We have maybe we have some type of defects maybe in process B. We have maybe about 10%. Maybe in process C we have some perfect, but it's only contributing about 25%. Yes. So, but we have also process D, which is contributing about 60% to this problem. Okay, which is resulting to customer what? This satisfaction. So yeah, sometimes we have a process of several steps. Not every step is bad, and not every step is good. But even the bad ones, so we have to eliminate. We have to concentrate by Six Sigma on this one. This is the strength of Six Sigma. The project never goes 100%. You never reach 100%. It's about managing mistakes. So which mistake should I manage? Should I manage process B, process C, or process D?
D.
D. Why? Because it's the most significant process contributing to the customer dissatisfaction. So if I eliminate this one, this will be a quick win. It will immediately resolve the customer problems. So how do I reach this one? I have to make a DMAIC. What is a DMAIC? It's define, measure the gap, and then what? Analyze which one of the process is it's contributing. Then I make an improvement based on my experience, based on the experience of the team and brainstorming and knowledge and like that. And then what we will do? A control. And after that, it will save us a lot of customer dissatisfaction. This is how Six Sigma work.
But why we start from the D? Why we just go to the B? Start with the B. From the first problem that we have.
Yeah. Again, the microphone was sound. Again.
Yeah, you said we have to start with the D. Why?
Yeah.
Why we didn't start from the B? From the first problem that we have.
Yes, you have in your measure phase, you started all the process. In the measure phase, you started here, and then it came to your attention that B only contributed 10%.
Yeah.
This problem. That's why in the define, you have to know your customer voice. Okay, you have to know what does the customer actually want. He said, for example, this and this is damaged, or this is no good. So where is this done? Is it in process B or process C or process D? So that is where you go to the measure phase. Okay, so here you measure the gap. This one was about 25. I just give you an example. Okay, it might be, and then this was 60, for example. After this is during your measure phase. You don't do the measure phase in the meeting room. You don't do the measure phase in your office. You go down and measure it. Okay? You measure the outcome and you check which of, but first you have to, in the define phase, you go to the customer and ask the customer exactly what is your complaint. Okay? So you then where do you want to start, Mr. Abdullah? Where do we start now? If I say that D, or if I discovered per the statistics that D is the most contributing factor.
Yeah.
So if I start with 10 with B, it will be only a minor fix.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. If I start with C, it's still I'm wasting my time. So why I better start with D, okay, to have a quick win and also to start returning back the customer, because I want to keep him in production with me. Okay, so this is this is why I go to the measure phase. After, okay, so then I do the analyze to know what is the contributing factor. Then I do the improvement, and then I do the control. But I will start with 60% or with D processes. Sometimes it can be, for example, so maybe another example. For example, let's say the customer, we discovered that process B is, for example, 5%. Okay, and process C is about 90%. And process D as a defect process, only 5%. Contributing to the customer dissatisfaction. Okay, defect. So where will I start? Yeah, Abdullah. Where will I start?
Yes.
Where will I start the Six Sigma?
It will be the same. It will be the D.
No. Why?
It's C.
Why D?
I know it's C, but D is the short way for the customer.
No. Because when we have a process, you add here something. Okay, you add something here. Okay, then you take this one, move it to here.
Yeah.
Okay? And then you add something else.
Okay.
Okay, and then you add something here. This one you add something else. So it is, but actually, where is the process? Where is the problem?
Yeah.
The problem is here. So I will start this process. Okay, so let's say this is, for example, this is a department. And this is a department. And this is a department. Okay? Okay, this is a department. So, which department should I start with? Should I start with 5%?
No.
Of course no. Should I start with the other one 5? No, it is waste of time. I will start with the biggest one. That's why I have to make a DMAIC process. That's why I
Yeah.
have to make process. Yes. So that's why we start with C. So we don't start because I like this department, or maybe because this department have Ittihadi and Ahli, and this is from my neighbor or my cousin. No, no, no. We start because of statistics. We never make decision in Six Sigma based on opinions or based on experience. We make opinions, we make decisions based on the statistics.
Let us
Yes.
give an example from real world. If I
Yeah,
have
yeah,
a
please.
customer, he's buying from me, some
Uh-huh,
material.
uh-huh.
He places the order. First process the order acknowledgement that I send to him. Then the second process, which is affecting, is the most important or make our customer dissatisfaction is delivery time.
Delivery.
He want to get his material in time.
Yeah.
So he doesn't satisfied with our deliveries.
Uh-huh.
So when we analyze our process, the first process is say order acknowledgement. When he send me an order,
Yeah.
he expecting me to send him an order acknowledgement. This one problem process. The second process, I have to buy the material from my supplier.
Uh-huh.
The third process is to, when I receive the material from my supplier, I have to make some quality check and all these things in my warehouse. Then I have to send it to the customer. So when we analyze the things here, when we find where we can make some improvement, so the order acknowledgement, maybe it's a minor, we'll see, it's minor, so we can do some improvement here. But the most, if you find process C, which the purchasing process, here maybe this is the most affecting process here, and it has a big portion. If we improve this process, then we will have our customer satisfied, because others are minor here.
Yeah. Yani if you sit with your customer, Mr. Muhammad Ibrahim, as you said, if you sit with your customer, he said, yeah, sometimes we have a problem with delivery, with order acknowledgement. Yeah, how much? 1%. Okay, sometimes we have some, but we have a major problem with delivery on time. So I will not make a Six Sigma on order acknowledgement. I will make a Six Sigma on order delivery. So then I will make, then that is the gap. That is where we measure. So now we go to the analyze. We'll say the delivery, what is causing the delivery to be delayed. So maybe it is the vendor, maybe it is custom, maybe it is environment, maybe it is, yeah, we have to analyze where is the contributing factor. So, but we started to know where we make the Six Sigma. Is that right?
Yeah.
What you said?
Yeah, this is what I mean. That I'm analyzing that C, process C, it's have 3 or 4 factors that affected this process.
You are right. You're right. Thank you.
Some factors are outside and some factors are inside the organization itself. Factors outside, maybe our supplier, something. Sometimes we don't have, we cannot improve our supplier process. So also this year we cannot do, and we either to change the supplier, go for another supplier which having a better delivery time, or we accept this and try to improve the process inside our organization.
Yeah, maybe you could solve it with inventory. Maybe
yes,
with
and we keep a stock or bring it by air, say if material coming from outside, rather than bringing by sea, then we bring it by air, so we'll have our customers satisfied.
Yeah, that's your that is your decision-making process. Yes, of course you have to, but you have to know where the problem is. So this is where you start the Six Sigma. Look, you can see you contain the problem first, but then you contain the root cause, which is, for example, it can be B, it can be C. What is? You have to go to the root cause of the process. And what do you do after you finish it? You have to prevent the problem from recurring again. That is where you use the control phase. We will talk about this later, about the control phase. But look, you can see in Six Sigma, we start with the customer and we work on the process. We discover which process is more defected, what is more contributing. We try to eliminate, to solve it, and then to control it and to prevent the problem from happening again. This is in simple Six Sigma, the difference between Six Sigma and the old way. When we go back to the old way, you can see this is the old way, the usual approach: problem fighting, firefighting, problem occurs somewhere else, and then find someone to blame. The expected outcome: individuals have become part of the problem solving team. The source of the problems and other issues have been identified using a systematic approach. Team members see issues from a similar perspective. Everybody see the same. Why? Because we transfer, look, please pay attention to this. Six Sigma philosophy is that what? We have a practical problem in the shop floor, in the factory. Okay, practical problem. Okay, what we will do with Six Sigma, we turn it into a statistical problem. Statistical problem. So when we have a statistical problem, what we do? Then what is the next step? What is the next step? Mr. Salim Balhaq, Mr. Salim Badahdah, Mr. Naif Al-Amoudi, Mr. Muhammad, Mr. Wissam Wasan Al-Sharif, Mr. Muhammad Saleh, Bakri, Fahad, Faisal, عبد الله، طلعت زيني، ما قد سمعت اسمكم يعني، ما لكم ساكتين يعني. هل انتم موجودين معنا ولا لا؟ هل انتم صاحين ولا نايمين؟ طيب ايش يجي بعد ايش يجي بعد statistical problem؟ ايش يجي بعد يعني انا حولت المشكله الواقعيه الى مشكله احصائيه، والان قدامي احصاءات. ايش الاحصاء اللي قدامي؟ هيكون قدامي مثلا جدول بهذا الشكل، على شكل مثلا باريتو. ها؟ على شكل باريتو. انالايز. اوكي او على شكل مثلا باي، مثلا انا باي مثلا كده. اوكي، او مثلا على شكل مثلا شو اسمه شارت،
احصائيات.
اوكي. انا ايش بسوي الان؟ انا ايش سويت؟ حولت المشكله اللي هنا، حولتها الى ايش؟ الى احصاء، الى مشكله احصائيه. الان احنا فريقنا كله بايش خلفياتهم؟ وايش كانت خلفياتهم؟ بيشوفوا المشكله من وجهه نظر واحده اللي هي ايش؟ احصاء. لو انا ما حولتها كده، كل واحد بيشوف المشكله من جهه، يعني هذا بيشوف المشكله من وجهه نظر الاداره، هذا بيشوف المشكله من وجهه نظر الهندسه، وهذا بيشوف المشكله من وجهه نظر السيفتي، وهذا بيشوف المشكله من ناحيه والكاستمر سيرفيس بيشوف المشكله من ناحيه الكاستمر. كلنا مختلفين، لكن لما حولناها الى احصاءات، اوكي، الكل الان ايش بيشوف؟ بيشوف ايش الوضع؟ لغه واحده. طب ايش اللي حيصير الان؟ العقول تشتغل مع بعض، نطلع، والخبره تشتغل مع بعض، نطلع ايش؟
نتائج.
statistical
solutions.
اي احسنتي. solutions. اوكي، طيب دحين نشوف، طلعنا solution، هذا هو الحل. هذا الحل. اوكي، ايش هنسوي الان؟ هنسوي practical solution. خلاص، هذا السكس سيجما ببساطه. طيب لو السكس سيجما ما ينفي، ايش اللي هنسوي؟ مشكله مشكله حصلت، بروبلم، جاء المدير اداكم دش اجتماع، انتم ما تشتغلوا، انتم مدري مين يتاخر اليوم؟ فلان افصل منه. مين ما جاء امس؟ فلان اخصم منه يومين. طيب بعدين فلان ما سمع اديله خصم. طيب بعدين حيصلحوا، بعدين يجتمعوا هو والمشرفين ويسووا الحل، بعدين يطبقوا الحل، وبعد اسبوعين يرجع المشكله مره ثانيه، وحلوا يمكن 5% ولا 10% من المشكله. وفين الموظفين؟ هنا تحت، ما حد داري عنهم. لما يجلسوا في القهوه في ستاربروك ولا في البرنيز ولا في قهوه الابطال ولا في مدري مين محل، او يجلسوا في التشيز كيك فاكتوري ولا محل ما يجلسوا مع بعض في الديوانيه، ايش يتكلموا هذول الموظفين؟ حيتكلموا قد ايش الاداره هبله، لو سووا كده وكده، يا اخي لو سووا كده وكده. اكيد انت بتحضر فرح ولا قصد ولا عزومه مثلا لزملاء العمل، وكل يا اخي لو سووا كده، يا اخي لو سووا كده، يا اخي لو سووا كده، ولا لا؟ يعني هذا وجه. طيب اذا الاداره ايش سوت؟ حلت المشكله بكرايسيس مانجمنت. طيب وحلت 5% ولا 10% من المشكله، وسوت توكسيك انفايرمنت، والناس اللي عارفين المشكله كيف تنحل ما حد اخذ منهم شيء، وما حد يثق فيهم. ويتكلموا الاداره تتكلم عن الموظفين السيئين، والموظفين لما يجتمعوا يتكلموا كيف ان الاداره ايش؟ ما تفهم. هذا اللي حاصل بصراحه، هذا اللي حاصل في كثير من الشركات. يعني ما اقول اي شركه اسم، لكن كثير من الشركات للاسف. فهي السكس سيجما قوتها انه هي تديك البراكتيكال سولوشن تحوله الى statistical سولوشن، عفوا البراكتيكال بروبلم تحول الى statistical بروبلم، الستاتستيكال بروبلم تحول الى statistical سولوشن، الستاتستيكال سولوشن الى براكتيكال بروبلم. ليه؟ عشان نحوله الى لغه واحده والكل يفكر بطريقه واحده. ممنوع في السكس سيجما او بصفه عامه لاي منشات الجوده انك انت تعمل قرارك بناء على ظن. وربنا سبحانه وتعالى لا يعني لام هذول الناس، يعني يتبعون الا الظن انهم الا يخرسون، وانه بعد الظن اسم. فالظن ما هو كويس، الظن يعني غير متاكد. فربنا قال قل هاتوا برهانكم ان كنتم صادقين. ف لما يكون عندك مشكله سوي عنها احصاء وبعدين قدمها للناس، سواء كانت اداره عليا ولا كانوا اداره عاديه ولا ناس ثانيين، فان كلهم بيشوفوا الاحصاء. فكان ادوارد ديمينج دائما يقول انه نحن نثق في الله، واي واحد غير الله سبحانه وتعالى عز وجل يجيب لنا احصاءات. كان ادوارد ديمينج يقول انا في اليابان كان يتكلم السي او حق الشركه وعامل النظافه كانت اللغه الثانيه حقتهم احصاء. يعني كل الناس انتم عارفين ال7 كواليتي تولز، اكيد انتم عارفين ال7 كواليتي تولز، هي دي اللي تستخدم في 6 سيجما، اللي هي الباريتو شارت، تشيك شيت، فيش بون دايجرام، السي شارت، ال 2080 الباريتو، ايش كمان، الهيستوجرام، كل هذه اللي هي الادوات الجوده السبعه. وكانت هذه تعتبر لغه اليابان الثانيه، يعني هو بيتكلم لغه يابانيه واللغه الثانيه اللي بيعرفها هو لغه الاحصاءات. فتبي تقنعه بشيء، تبي تكلمه شيء، جيب له احصاءات. وهذا اللي لازم يحصل، انه اذا انت عندك مشكله تقول انا عندي مشكله، سوي احصاءات كم مره حصل كذا، كم مره صار كذا، كم مره حصلت المشكله، فين حصلت المشكله، فين، في اي وقت تحصل، هل هي تحصل في الليل، في النهار، في الصباح، في الليل، ما نعرف. فلازم تقول لي متى، اديني معلومات. المعلومات هي القوه. فهذه هو قوه السكس سيجما. اوكي. فهنا الايدياز اند سولوشن ار دوكيومنتد. هنا شوف الناس كلها بتشوف التيم ممبر سي ايشوز from a similar perspective. idea and solution are documented. communication is improved. يعني أن حيتم بعد ما تحولها الى المشكله، تكتب المشكله البراكتيكال فانت كده سويت لها دوكيومنتيشن وبعدين كونت فريق واخذت الصلاحيات من الشامبيون. بعدين ايش سويت؟ حولتها الى مشكله احصائيه او سويت لها دوكيومنتيشن. بعدين سويته برين ستورمينج وسويته منها حل احصائي وسويت له دوكيومنتيشن. وبعد كده سويت له براكتيكال بدوكيومنتيشن واصبح قدامك مشروع متكامل للسكس سيجما. وطبعا الاونر شيب يكون للتيم نفسه، التيم ممبرز اللي هو الامبروفمنت ليفل، نعم، اللي هو هذه الفيز اللي هو المرحله الرابعه. وطبعا بعد الامبروفمنت لازم يجيك الكنترول فيز، بعدين حنتكلم عنها. اوكي، who is to blame? There's no blame. Environment is critical. يعني الان الاداره الجديده انه دائما الخطا ليس خطا الموظف، بل هي دائما خطا النظام. وعشان هذا السبب سبب فشل التدريب في الحصول على عوائد، لانه كثير من للاسف التدريب مربوط في تحت الموارد البشريه، هو المفروض التدريب يكون تحت الاوبريشن، لانه التدريب لازم يكون جزء من الاوبريشن مانجمنت مش الاتش ار مانجمنت. زمان كانت التدريب تحت الاتش ار، فكان الاتش ار يقول لك انا والله ايش الكي بي اي حقي؟ اني انا دربت 20 موظف على السكرتاريه، ودربت 10 موظفين على الايموشنال انتليجنت، ودربت 5 موظفين على كتابه التقارير، ودربت 20 موظف على الجوده. هذا الكي بي اي حقي. طب فين العائد على الاستثمار؟ لا يوجد عائد. ليش؟ لان الموظف بياخذ الدوره وبعدين يرجع للنظام، والنظام مو داري شيء عن الدوره. يبقى يرجع يسوي كواليتي يقول له اسكت خليك ساكت بس، وتنتهي بعد شهر شهرين 3 شهور سنه نسيت انت اللي تعلمته. فهنا اصبحت كل يعني اصبح النظام هو المسؤول مش الموظف. انت لازم تنشئ نظام يخلي الموظف يعرف يشتغل ويطبق وتحدد له ايش تحتاج، وتعلمه ايش يحتاج، وتساعده وتحاسبه على هذا الشيء. هذه هي الطريقه الصحيحه للناس اللي تبي تطبق، اللي بتستفيد من التدريب. التدريب لازم ينتقل من الاتش ار الى الاوبريشن، ولا مانع اذا كان الاتش ار يسوي ادمنستريتيف للتدريب، ولكن الطلب بيكون من الاوبريشن، والتنفيذ والتطبيق يكون باشراف الاوبريشن، والريتيرن انفستمنت يكون على الاوبريشن كوست، يكون على الكوست حق البادجت حق الاوبريشن. ليه؟ لانه كده هذا الحل الوحيد عشان تنجح التدريب، ولا غير كده التدريب حتكون مجرد nice to know information. فاوكي نرجع للموضوع. No blame environment. No human errors are due to a process error. Most human errors are due to a process error. وهشرحها. I will explain this now. A sufficiently robust process can eliminate human errors. Placing blame does not correct a root cause situation. Is training appropriate and adequate? Is documentation available, correct, clear? Are all the resources available with equipment? Is the material you purchased, okay? Did it pass the inspection and the quality control? Are the right skill set present? Do they have, all the employees have the right skill set we need? So that is how we can make a no blame environment. Because when you go to Japan and if you make a problem or you can make an accident, the CEO will come to you. I'm not talking about criminal intent, okay? I'm not talking. I say about accident, not crime, okay? The CEO will come to you and will apologize to you because his system could not contain the human error. One time in Japan, I was in a factory, and we asked the factory owner or manager, when do you finish the continuous improvement? He said, when we will continue continuous improvement of the process until a senior 65-year-old technician or worker can do the same job as a 25-year-old one and go home without feeling tired. Then we will stop the continuous improvement in that process to make the work easier. Our culture is to make the work difficult. Their work culture is to make the work easier. Okay, so you will find some CEO coming to you to the mistake, to the one who make a human mistake or an error, and he will tell you the system did not discover it, and my system failed, and I'm responsible for it. Because you are dealing with a system. There's no use of sending somebody for training, for example, in Six Sigma, and nobody is using Six Sigma in that company, and then we say now we have where's the return on investment? If you want Six Sigma training, then you have to implement it from the top, from the champion, the highest position, and you have to control it and you have to maintain it so you can get return on investment. Otherwise, it's just nice to know information. It's a certificate. You can just you can put it in a frame, and then in the frame, and then hang it on the wall. But it's never going to be practical. So there's no doing. Let's explain the no blame. Do you remember? Do you know the Titanic? Who knows the Titanics?
Everyone knows.
Everybody know the Titanic. Okay.
Especially after 92.
Yes, yes. Yeah, after the movie, the famous movie, yes, Leonardo DiCaprio. Yes, okay. So the Titanic, it was, you can see the Titanic. Why did the Titanic sink? Okay. Was it a design problem? Huh?
Management problem, maybe.
Yes, Fadli.
Wrong decision.
Yeah, they hit the iceberg, so
Yeah. Fadli.
they were not paying attention in terms of strategy. So if they saw the iceberg, they would just avoid it.
Yes,
but
okay.
They didn't make the right decision. So I think it's
No.
it's something related to management.
Yes, okay, yeah, but you're not you're near to it, okay, Ms. Ahlam. I think you're near. Yes, you are right. As you said, it had hit the iceberg. But when they designed the Titanic, they designed her not to sink, okay? But they did not design her not to hit an iceberg, because it was designed not to sink, not that to hit an iceberg from the side. So it might be also a design problem. Why didn't they design the Titanic to be resistant for an iceberg? So it started in the design phase. Then they said about the Titanic is not going to sink. So why should we use too many escape boats or rescue boats? We should only use a few, mandatory, the few, okay? So they did not equip the Titanic with full rescue boats required for the passengers, for 1,500 passengers, because they thought it is not going to sink. It is just a number of, we have to have some, so we have put them. So it's also a system problem. It is in the design. It is in the service they provided. And then when the Titanic sank, they could only save the people who are on the top, because who are the rich ones. But they could not save the other customers who are in the bottom, who are not very rich. All them, they are sunk, because they had no escape plan, no rescue plan. So whose problem is that? Is it the iceberg, or was it the system?
System management.
Okay, then so we talk about rescue deficiency. Okay, so then we talk about Captain Smith, the captain. Yes, he speeded with the boat. He did not. He knew there were iceberg, but he listened to the owner of the company. The owner of the company wanted a press conference, and he wanted to make the first flight of the first fleet of the ship to reach New York early, a few hours. So was it the owner's problem, or was it the captain problem?
It's the captain problem.
Captain problem. Okay, so he have some problems, yes. But the owner is the one who told the captain to do this one. So it's a system. It is the system, not it's the owner problem. Okay, is it also the owner? He listened to who? To the reporters, to the press. There were some journalists with him, and they asked him to come to make it another achievement to reach New York early. So is
So
it?
he want to set a
so
he want to set a benchmark.
Yes, a benchmark. So can we blame the press? Yes, we can blame them. Can we blame the owner? Yes, we can blame the owner.
Yes.
Can we blame the captain? Yes, we can blame
Yes,
it.
we can.
Can we blame the people who did not make a rescue
Right.
plan? Yes.
I
Can we blame the people who did not put enough boats? Yes. Can we blame the engineers because they did not make
Yes, right.
an iceberg resistant ship? Yes. Okay. Can we blame the environment? It was night.
Yes.
Can we blame the winter? It was because there were
Yes,
some iceberg.
right.
Can we blame the
Yes.
ocean? Can we blame the people who were watching the iceberg and sleeping? We can blame everybody.
But now out of this, we have to decide which is the highest rank of yeah.
Yes. Okay. How it's very
Who make-
difficult. In
Okay.
Six Sigma, they say don't do this. Don't waste your time.
Yeah.
Okay. Just fix the problem.
Fix the problem.
Okay,
Yes, right.
turn it into. So what you do, you have a practical problem, turn it into statistical, and then turn it into a statistical solution, and then apply it, control it, and go ahead and continue. This is Six Sigma. But if you want to blame somebody, and if you want to do, you can blame everybody. You can blame, for example, if they have maybe changed the time of starting. They might reach that area in the daytime, and there was no night time, so they should not hit the iceberg. Maybe if they have planned to make the ship in summertime, there was no iceberg, then there was no crisis. So you can blame everybody. It is always the system to blame. It's a process you blame. It's not a person. If okay, you eliminated the person, tomorrow there will come another person. The same. So it is not about blaming somebody, it's about finding the root cause and eliminating the mistake. That is Six Sigma. So what did we learn so far? I need from everybody, please, just one sentence in 1 minute or in half-minute sentence, please. Everybody.
Yes.
Let's start. Let me choose. I want to start with some people here.
Can I start?
Yes,
Can I start?
please. Yes, of course. Yes, please. Fadal.
Our culture, Arab culture, I think we can't live without blaming each other. So, as you see, if we fast or skip this way, we will find out that we have many other issues.
Oh, yes, yes.
So this example really is wonderful. Thank you for this example.
Appreciate. Thank you very much.
Really,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Fahad, Ashraf, Mus'ab, Bakri.
I talk about analyzing the problem.
Yeah.
But first, the problem is a practical thing. Okay?
Yeah.
We turn it into statistical
Yeah.
problem. See, each and everybody can see it from the same side.
Yeah.
Then we go for statistical solutions.
Yes, based on the statistics. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, based on the statistics. And for statistical solution, we'll find a practical solutions.
Yeah, we'll make it on the ground. The practical solution, yes. And then we control it.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, very good. Very good, Mr. Bakri. Very good. Mr. Saud, Mr. Ashraf, Al-Sheikh. ما لكم ساكتون? Why these people are not talking? They have no microphones. Are they sleeping?
Just one thing again.
Yes, please.
As Mr. Abdulaziz says that, okay, we need to we need to go for the solution. Six Sigma will help us to go to the solution and rectify the mistakes, except this pinpoint to some person.
Yeah.
But again, in such an environment where we are living from centuries, it's not new. We are living in this environment from centuries.
Yeah.
And can you believe we are not Japanese? We are not Americans. We are not British. We are living from centuries in such an environment. Can you think that it can bring some improvement in us? Because it is very easy for us to blame on others. And khalas, this is my blame others, khalas, I am safe now.
Yeah.
I'm safe now, blame on others.
Yes.
We are not going for ever, we are not going for the solutions. Okay, whoever done, whatever happened, let's go for the solution. Do you think the Six Sigma will help me to improve myself?
Okay. Okay. I will give you a slogan without hurting anybody. Okay. If the employee knows that his salary and his promotion and his income will depend on changing, he will change. If I call you, if somebody will call you tomorrow from Josh Kurdahi or from NBC or from STC and they'll say you have 1 million riyals, I think you will change yourself in 1 hour.
But once again, the same thing came.
Yeah.
If someone's salary is changed, the other people start jealousing. See what he's doing. His salary is changed.
Yeah, I know you. Yeah, but this is not, yeah, that's why it is it is starting with the champion. It is starting with the CEO. It is started. Yes, you have to do the highest. Some companies committed. Some companies involved.
So we have to start from top till it will reflect on bottom.
Yes.
So we cannot start from bottom, so it will go top.
No. But maybe the training is a start. So you cannot start implementing Six Sigma without training. Okay. So it is now up to the HR or to the CEO to implement it, to emphasize on implementing it. Okay. And to start making some change. You don't need to change between one day and another one. It is about, let's make it, for example, a plan. Next Hajj, we will be a Six Sigma company. So it will, what is the plan involved? We will plan everybody on yellow belt. We will plan some of them on green belt. We will plan some on black belt. Okay. We will do Six Sigma projects and we will commit to them, and we will have any pay raise, any promotion will be based on being a team or team leader in Six Sigma. So yes, it will. It will. People, why we leave our home and we come to the work? Because we want a paycheck. We want to why we staying in the company? Because we have a hope that we'll have more salary tomorrow, more payment tomorrow. Why not? So why I don't do some good things and get some also to do some good things to the company, and in the return I also get some benefit. Yes, I know there's also a reward inside it. There must always a reward involved, and this is by higher management. But higher management will not work alone if you don't help them. And one of the higher management must do, if they feel somebody is resisting Six Sigma, okay, or something, he should get rid of it. If you want to have a Six Sigma company, you have to and you try to change and you train them, and you feel that somebody is resisting this change, get rid of him.
Understood.
Yes.
Totally understood.
Yeah. Okay. So, and somebody raised his hand, I think Ahlam and Mr. Muhammad. Somebody raised your hand. Fadal? Somebody else? Anything?
I raised my hand. But
yes,
Fadali. That what I learned is it's so easy to blame each other, but we have to act professionally, analyze the problem, get to the roots of it, and then try to generate more professional solutions. That's all.
Yes, you're right. When you turn a problem into statistics, you don't hurt anybody. You pinpoint the root cause, and everybody see the same thing you see. Okay? But when you don't have statistics, you say, yeah, I have a problem. Then Muhammad will say, yeah, because you came late yesterday. And then Mohsen will come, yeah, because one time when you did not say good morning, remember? You know, this is sometimes this happens. You know, we are human beings, we are not angels. But when you concentrate on statistics, we are here to work. We rely on statistics. We never do decisions based on experience and on common sense. We have statistics, and that is what we're going to do. And this is how we work. If you have a problem, make statistics. Give me a statistic.
You give the reference for Japan, and what I learned from, you know, Koban Center, you were there, Koban centers, how they are solving the problems. They are sitting two people in front of them, and Koban centers is helping them to sort it out, not to go whatever happened in past, just fix it.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's the main point. Six Sigma, what I understand, that they will improve your personality and they will improve yourself, so that we can go for the problem solution, not for the discussions and bargains of.
Yes, okay, never go back. Let's always go. Yes, it is the team leader. It is the team leader who have to, if somebody is saying something bad or something going back or history or something like that, then he should say, no, let's stay in the present. Okay? Never mind what happened. Starting now, we do like this. Starting now, we do this. Never mind what happened before. Okay? So this is Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anhu. He said that the people said he will never be a Muslim. Even his animal, he will be a Muslim, but he will never be a Muslim. In one day, he changed. And he's the most famous person now in Islam. So it can happen that somebody is changing in one day. Once he change his belief, once he change his, yes, you can change. In Allah la yughayyiru biqawmin hatta yughayyiru bi anfusihim. You have to start change. Don't rely on other people to say it. You do your own, do your part of changing. That's all. So if everybody do his part, we can change. Yes, maybe there will be some mistakes. Yes, it happens. We will not perfect. We are not perfect. We should never be asking to be perfect. But we have to be today better than tomorrow, than yesterday. And tomorrow we must be better than yesterday, than today. So Six Sigma is this is in your book. I think you have all the reference material. But I want to take a 10-minute break, if you don't mind. 10 minutes. It's now 2 o'clock. Let's come back at 2:10. Okay. Have a cup of coffee, refreshment.
Sure.
And we'll come back, inshallah. Okay?
Sure.
So now, this was all introduction. Now we will start the course.
Okay.
Okay. See you after 10
Inshallah.
minutes. Yalla, ma as-salama.
Assalam.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Okay, it's now 2:10 exactly. Okay, now this is at page 1. I don't know if I have told, maybe I forgot to tell you that you're going to get a PDF of this PowerPoint, and also I think Vision have sent you the material. This is page number 1. You can open it in your computer or in your tablet. Six Sigma is a process methodology for pursuing continuous improvement. Companies use this methodology to reduce defects in their process. It's about, please write this down in your note. It's about mistake. Oh, what's this? Wait. Mistake management. What is mistake management? It means, and Six Sigma is accepting that you are not perfect. So somebody in the factory maybe will say, I'm working at 5 Sigma level. Another one will say, I'm working at 4 Sigma. Another one will say, I'm working at 3 Sigma. What does that mean? He means my mistake is, for example, 7%. I'm maintaining this mistake. A 4 Sigma would say my mistake is about 1%. And I'm maintaining this level. If I'm 5 Sigma, my mistake will be 0.01% mistake, for example. Okay? So it's about mistake management. It is accepting the fact that there's going to be a mistake. Okay? This is also one strength of Six Sigma. So you are actually you are managing your error or your mistakes. So if you are 3 Sigma level, you will have first to maintain this level and control this level. And then what you will do, you will upgrade and improve to the 4 Sigma level. Of course, this will take 1 year, maybe 2 years to increase your Sigma level. Maybe if you are in 4, now maybe after 2 years you will be in a 4 Sigma level, you have to maintain it. And then your aim is to move to 5 Sigma level. Continuous improvement. This is one thing. Another thing is that there are certain industries where you cannot move, where you have certain Sigma levels, which is acceptable. For example, in aircraft, in the airplane department, the departure. Okay, I might use a 4 Sigma level, which is about 1% delay. Okay, wait, let me see, just approximately 1% delay, which is acceptable for me when I consider how many aircrafts I have, when I have too many factors coming, logistical factors, on security factors, environmental factors, and like this. Okay, it's okay for me to have, for example, sorry, not 1%, 3% mistake, for example. I have a department on-time delivery, on-time departure of 87%. So I'm operating at 4 Sigma level. It's very difficult for me to move to a 5 Sigma level, which is less than 1%. Okay? But let me say, when I go to the maintenance of the engine, maintenance of the aircraft, is 4 Sigma acceptable? I must go up to where? 6 Sigma.
No.
Which is what? 3.4 error per million. Every million opportunity, I will have 3.4 errors. Is this enough? It's not enough. It's even 6 sigma is not enough. In the medical side, is this enough 6 sigma? So each 1 million surgery, 3.4 will die. In some countries, they would say yes, no problem. Okay, so yeah, there are certain industries where you have 3 sigma, 4 sigma, which is acceptable. But then you have other industries where 6 sigma is not adaptable. But what can I do? I cannot go to 7 sigma because it's a trademark. So what I can do, I can make 2 systems, 2 brake systems, 2 hydraulic systems, 2 engines, like the train, Jeddah Makkah train. How many engines you have? 2 engines. The engine works at 6 sigma level, okay? And he have 2, 1 and 2, which means that he's actually working on 8 sigma, right? The 3.4 million, the 3.4 errors will be 1.2 error every million. So I have another system, a backup system, which will increase the safety level and the quality level. But I cannot, but it's, some people say, no, we have to go to 8 sigma, 7 sigma, but it is rejected because of the trademark. That's why you have agility. Sometimes they call it agility in IT and some other type of disciplines which are based on 6 sigma, but they don't call it 6 sigma anymore. They don't call it, so they can make it more better and more quality. Okay, the primary, so that's what we said, that here the sigma level is 3.4 defects per million opportunity. So if somebody asks you what is 6 sigma, it is to reach 3.4 defects per million opportunities. Is this good? Let's see. We have a cup of coffee. Okay? Let's say 1 cup of coffee. It can be too hot and too cold. It can be too much sugar. It can be too less. It can be too much milk. It can be too less milk. It can be the volume overfilled. It can be underfilled. Right? What else? We can have, so let's say we can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 opportunities of error. It might take too long, the time. It made my, okay, it's not taking too long. So it's another, we have another opportunity of mistakes. So we have 9 opportunities of mistakes per 1 cup. So if you have a coffee shop, you are selling 100 cups. So, and you have 9 mistake opportunities. So when will you reach 1 million? You can reach 1 million in 1 week. Opportunities. So 3.4, 6 sigma is 3.4 defects per million opportunity. Opportunity means opportunity for mistake. A transaction with the customer, where the customer can discover your mistake. Okay? So, and the primary aim of 6 sigma is to focus on the customer first. And then use facts and data-based customer requirement to get better result and improve the process through understanding the process and the product drives and customers' expectation. 6 sigma is the Greek letter used to measure variability. This letter is a Greek letter. It is called by Gustav Gauss. It was invented by Gustav Gauss. Okay, it is meaning actually variation, that everything have a variation. Okay, so there's everything, there is no process or no operation straight. There will always be some type of variation, okay, in the process, in any process. That is Six Sigma. The Six Sigma is used to measure variability. So if you have, for example, if you have a buffet, or a small restaurant, okay? You have a small restaurant and you are a small project. And now you calculated that your project is actually only satisfying 30% of your customers. What will happen to you? Please, I want your opinion. What will happen?
You will lose your customer and maybe you will
Only
close your
certain.
business.
Yes, because 70% of your customer, or 69.15% of your customers are not satisfied. Okay, so you will go out of the market very, very soon. So what you have to do, you have to increase your sigma level. So now in sigma level number 2, you are reaching 70% Six Sigma. I mean, so 70% of customer satisfaction in 2 Sigma level. So what does this mean? You might survive.
70% customer are
Satisfied.
Satisfied.
Yes.
So you can survive.
You can survive, but you will have no profits. So what will you do? You will have to go up to 3 Sigma level to start making profit. Which means that you now have 93% or about 94% of customers satisfied, which means that you can have some profits. This is good for you. This is good. Now you can start surviving. Okay, but when if you want really to make an improvement and to make and to be profitable more, you have to move into 4 Sigma level, where you move about 99% of customer satisfaction. So this means that you have a lot of profits. You survive. You're not making only profit, you're making profit more than the other people. Okay, what if I go to 5 Sigma? So I will have 9.997. This means I will have 0.0 by then 3 unsatisfied customer. This means every maybe 1,000 products, I will have 1 customer not satisfied. Okay.
This is where I start making money.
Yes, this is where you may have an advantage. Yes, of course, when you go to this one, to 6 Sigma, you will have what? You have 0.1114 for customers unhappy. This means maybe every 10,000, or maybe after every 10,000 or 100,000 products, you have 1 customer not satisfied. So it is accepting some type of mistake. It is a mistake management. This table is a Six Sigma table made by Motorola, and it's the trademark. So it is everywhere. You can see this in your book, and you also can download it from Google, from anywhere in Google. You can say put Six Sigma table, and it will give you this type of table. Maybe in other formats, but okay. So let's make an example. A pizza home delivery company goes with the sample of delivering pizza within 30 minutes. In case the pizza delivery boy fails to deliver it in 30 minutes, the customer will get 50% discount. So it is a commercial, but actually you are going to lose half of your profit for half of your income for each pizza coming late. Okay? So it is a commercial. People will come to you. Many people will come to you. It's also a challenge. So if only, what he says here, if in your book, if only 65 of the pizzas are delivered on time, the process will be at level 2 sigma. Let's see. You can see. Here's level 2. 69, yes. Okay, it's level 2. Almost 72, yes. Other one time. The company performance is at level here. If 90, and I have another one here. If 92 of pizzas delivered on time, your company is at level 3. Let's see level 3. You see? So you are at level 3. So if you are in 2, you will lose half of your income for 300,000 pizzas. If you move to level 3, you will only lose income for 66,000 pizzas sold per million, for every million. Okay, that is the Six Sigma. So if your company, for example, if your company delivers 99.4 of the pizzas on time, the performance is at level 6, at level 4. If the pizza company wants to be at level 6, it has to deliver the time on 999997 accuracy. So this means the process is efficiency of 99%. Any question? This is at your material, page number 2. Any questions? Any comments?
No, sir. No.
Mr. Salim Badahdah, Salim Balhaj, Mr. Fahad, Mr. Ibrahim, Mr. Naib.
كله واضح يا استاذ.
مصعب كله تمام؟ طيب يا خلاص فهمنا موضوع السكس سيجما. هذه مو لازم تحفظه، يعني انت هتحفظه مع مع الممارسه هتحفظها، ولا this you don't need to مع الممارسه هتحفظها، ولكن الجدول هذا يعتبر رسمي للسكس سيجما. انت ممكن تنزله من جوجل وخلاص، وعليها تبدا تسوي قياساتك. Okay, الهيستوري حق السكس سيجما. Six Sigma can be traced back to the time of Carl Friedrich هذا Gauss اسمه، واحد عالم ألماني. Okay, he has said to be into the concept of the normal curve. شوف لاحظ انه يقول انه اي بروسيس اوكي لما انت تبدا تسوي له احصاء يبدا يكون شكل هضبه كيرف. اوكي، فاحيانا انت الهضبه المفروض تكون هنا الهدف حقك يكون كده في المنتصف، فاذا كان هذا هو الهدف فهذه هي الهضبه، وفي شيء في هدف، في حد مسموح فيه، واي شيء خارج المسموح يعتبر هدف. يعني ممكن ندي مثال عليها. We can also give that what Carl Friedrich Gauss have said, that every process will make a curve. Okay, so we will make a target. Okay, let's say I want 80 Celsius coffee. The customer may accept an 85 Celsius coffee temperature, and he might accept 75 Celsius. As we said, no process is like this. Every process is what? Some variation. That is Six Sigma. So the first coffee, it was 80. We have made a survey of, let's say, 20 coffees. Then another one was 79. Another one was 81. Then there was one 74. One was 83. 84. 85. 85. Okay, all these are good. Okay? Some of them went where? 80 more, 86. And no, some of them went what? 73, 68. At 6 sigma, this is waste. So we have a curve. And this is outside the acceptable range. So this is the waste. Because anything in 6 sigma does not satisfy the customer means you have to rework it and to warranty it and to give back the money to the customer. So it is a waste.
The target is 90 or 80?
80, 80.
So how 85 is below 80?
The target is 80. The
Yeah.
acceptable level is 85. The upper specification limit is 85. The lower specification limit is 75. So if you reach anything above 85, it is not acceptable by the customer. So it is waste.
No, I mean the plotting of the graph, the value, the benchmark is 80, right? So on the graph, when you plot 80, 85 should come above 80, not below 80. So I'm asking.
What is the problem? I don't understand. This is 80 and this is 85. It's coming after 80.
No, but in the y-axis, the value of 85 is below 80. So
this is not the value. Look. You determine what the customer wants. Okay,
right.
Whatever. It can be 1 million. It can be 1. It can be 1 million. Whatever. Let's say the customer wants 80. Then you ask him, okay, we have some variation. What is your acceptance? He will say, okay, I can accept 85. More than 85, I will not accept. Okay, but we have some other minus variations. So sometimes it will be, we cannot do everything 180, 80, 80. So what will accept? You say, I will accept 75. So this one now is the yield. This is the customer. And this is the upper specification limit. And this is the lower specification limit. Okay? So now you will go down and you will check the coffee. Every coffee coming out of the process, you will make a temperature check. The first one was 80. The second one was 80. Then one was 82, 83, 84, 85. And then there was one 86, 87, 88. And then there was one maybe 79, still acceptable, 78, still acceptable, 77, still acceptable, 75, still acceptable. But then there was some coffee, 74 and 73 and 72. So where's the waste? Tell me.
Obviously, that's the values which lie on the x-axis.
The value depends on the output of the process.
Yeah.
You went to the coffee and you checked the coffee and you marked the coffee. Okay? Not all the coffee will be 80 degrees.
Yes, I understand.
Okay, you understand this, that you cannot do all the coffees 80 degrees. But you have to manage the errors. Okay? So you have to first to measure your performance. Okay? This is the recording of your findings of the coffee. Temperature. So where's the waste? You're talking about an axis. I don't know what you're talking about. The axis, I'm talking about recordings of the process.
No, I understand. No, I understand.
Okay, so now this is where's the waste. Anything below the lower specification limit is waste, and anything above the upper specification limit is waste. Anything inside the curve is good. Huh? Okay, let's do another one. Let's do another one. I will explain this. Who's speaking? Who's this, please?
Sir,
Yes.
I understand. I think no need any. I understand.
But I will make another one. Wait. Let's just.
Okay, sure. Sure.
Okay, let's do this. No, it's very important that before you move on, that is, okay, look, for example, let's say we will take Wasan al-Sharif. Okay, let's say that his customer is his manager, and he said, Mr. Wasan is always coming late. Then we will ask him, okay, Mr. Manager, what time do you want him to come? I want him to be 8 o'clock. Okay, 8 o'clock. Sorry, 8 o'clock. Okay, then we say nothing is, okay, then we say nothing is, can be like straight. Everything is, there's always variation. So she cannot come every time 8 o'clock. Maybe sometimes she come 8:10, sometimes she comes 7:30, sometimes she come, she's a human being. Because many other factors are outside. There's a traffic, sometimes the car, sometimes اوكي بيقولوا وسن سيدة. طب بس انت عشان ما شاركت فما اعرف. فاهلا بك يا استاذة وسن. بس ناخذك كده نستاذنك ناخذك كمثال، مع انه انا اكيد انت ما تتاخري، بس يعني احنا نقول كده جبناكي كمثال عشان نجبرك على المشاركة. Okay, so let's say she's 8 o'clock, but he said no. Okay, I can accept if Miss Wasan will come. Let's have another. Wait, this drawing is too small. Wait. Okay, I like this. Okay, and this is what he said. He said 8 o'clock. Okay, but sometimes I can accept if she comes 7:50. I can accept if she comes 8:10. Okay, so this is day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, until 30. Okay, please don't go out of the, I cannot every time enter you. I have to close the whiteboard to make you enter. So I cannot do that. I have to finish this, then I can enter you again. Please don't go out of the class. If you go out, you have to wait until I finish the whiteboard. Okay, so now what we will do, we will record how is the performance of Miss Wasan. The first day she came 8 o'clock, very good. Next day she came 7:50, also very good. Then she came again 7:35, 7:53. Then she came 8:05, and then she came 9 o'clock, and then she came again 9 o'clock, and then she came again 8 o'clock, and then she came again 7:05. So what is the graph now? Where's the problem? Where's the problem area in this graph? Is it because she came 7:10? Is it because 7:50? Is it because she came 8:30, or is it here when she came at 9 o'clock?
So 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. So that is how we turn a practical problem into a statistical problem. And that is what he's talking about, the curve. It is so, that's why the Six Sigma started, it have roots into the mathematician of a curve. So who's Ashraf al-Sheikh? Yes, that's why he was waiting. I'm sorry for that. But every time somebody is going out, I have to enter him, I have to close the whiteboard. Okay. So it goes back to Carl Friedrich Gauss, and he is the one who have produced the concept of normal curve. This means every process is making, when you record it, is going to make a curve. And anything outside this curve is going to be waste. As you can see here in this picture, you can see, and there is, look, this is the Y, this is what the customer wants, this is the upper spec limit, this is the lower spec limit, specification limit or standard limit, and this is what? Waste. Okay? That is that is what is Six Sigma was based on Carl Friedrich Gauss, mathematician of the curve. And if you see the C chart, the control chart is based on this curve. Okay, it is the most important chart in Six Sigma. Then it goes to Edward Deming, the godfather of quality, who teach the Japanese about the quality of Japan. And nobody actually was liked him in America, and he went there and he successed with the Japanese, and the Japanese success because based on what he have teach them. Then it goes back to in 1990 Motorola. Motorola focused on Deming concept of process variation as a way to improve performance. However, the real credit goes to Motorola engineer Bill Smith for turning the term Six Sigma. So it was a trademark of Six Sigma, but it actually the one who made Six Sigma famous was GE with Jack Welch, and now many companies they use Six Sigma like Honeywell, Honda, Sony, Canon, Polaroid. Many other companies use this around the world. Six Sigma is also now an ISO standard. You can see as a continuous improvement ISO standard, and that's why it's also used in total quality management. As Jack Welch said, the Six Sigma is the most important training we ever had. It's better than going to a Harvard business school. We changed into a learning-based employee, learning skill employee, not a knowledge-based employee, a value employee. Profit in business comes from the repeated customers that boast up about your products or service and that brings friends with them. But also Six Sigma have roots to Ford Motor Company. Okay, before 200, about 150 years ago, when cars were made in workshops by craftsmen, and it was very difficult and very hard and very costly. And he discovered that there's going to be some variation happening because of the salary. He said that some people, an experienced craftsman, it's taking a lot of big salary, and then as a beginner it takes very low salary. Okay, so that's why we have the variation. So he needed to reduce this variation. He said we will bring the product to the worker, not the worker is going around, moving around the product. Before Henry Ford came, that this was the car, for example. Okay, if this was the car, the worker was moving around the car. Now, no, in Ford, when Ford invented the mass production, okay, he said, no, this is the worker, he's staying here, and this is the line, and the car is going to come to the worker. Then I can do what? The worker is standing here and the worker is coming to the worker. This is a mass production line. Now, what can we do now is that we can reduce this worker's salary. I can fix the salary for this worker. I don't need an experienced worker anymore, because why? Every worker will do a certain task, and he will do this for 20 years. So he will be expert in this task. Okay? And there's only one task to do. So he will get a fixed salary for this task and this task and this task. Okay? So I don't need anymore an experienced worker who know the whole aircraft or know the whole car. He just needs to do a certain amount of skills so he can do that. So he reduced the variation of the salary of the workers. So he reduced the car manufacturing cost, and he also speed up the cost of the car manufacturing. So he believed that a normal farmer, that time the farming was the most dominant. Okay, he said that a normal farmer is producing 5% of his capacity because his routine thinking pattern. He said there's a lot of waste in the process of the farmers. The farmer will face some good days and also some bad days. Variation. Okay? If he needs water for his land, he will rent temporary more manpower. Okay? This is short-term thinking. Instead of thinking on long-term, he would hire them to install water tank. يعني بدل ما انت تستاجر ناس عشان تروي الزرع، ادفع الفلوس هذا عشان توصل مواسير من النهر او من البير الى المنطقه حقتك وتروي الزرع حقك واحده مره. فهو لاحظ التذبذب في الفلوس وتهدر والهدر الموجود في الانتاج. What he also said, that the reason for the farmer's loss is the habit of wrong usage and utilization of energy and concentration by man and machine and materials. The worst thing an organization can do is maintaining a routine work habit and avoid concentration and planning the next move. This was the first one who discovered that just routine work is very bad, and it is raising the cost, and that's why you need to plan your job by using this short one, what was plan, do, check, act. Everyone, if you do anything without planning, your work is just an experiment. It is just a gambling. You have to do what you plan, otherwise your plan is ridiculous. You have to check what you are doing, otherwise you will not fix the plan. And then you have to act. Either you improve it or you give it to the customer. This is the plan, do, check, act plan, what he noticed, which he in his books. And then we can see one small example. Let's say, for example, a farmer wanted to sell lemons or lime. Okay, this farmer had a trolley where he put the lemons on the trolley. The first time the people were buying from him, sometimes when they come out of the work, they came and buy, give me 1 kilo, give me 2 kilo, give me 3 kilo, whatever. But he saw one of his neighbors, of one of his competition, were giving the limes in bags, already in 1 kilo bags. Okay, and he noticed that all these customers are going to his competition. And they're buying the 1 kilo because they don't want to wait 2 minutes or 3 minutes until somebody else is finished weighing his lemons. So they are also were willing to pay a little bit more for having their bag quickly. So people were leaving him and going to his neighbor and paying more money, but what? Just taking no waiting time, just taking the bag with 1 kilo, or maybe if he wants 2 kilo, he can make this bag. This is the farmer. Look, he discovered that this kind of bag is what the customer wants. He don't want only lemon. He also wanted the lemon in bag of 1 kilo. So if he wants 2 kilo, he can just buy 2 bags. If he wants 3 kilo, he can just buy 3 bags. And if you want only 1 kilo, he don't need to wait for somebody to put it on a scale and then put it in a bag. And then, so he wanted ready to be in a bag. So what did the farmer ask his wife to help him every morning before he go to the market? He asked his wife to put all the lemons in 1 kilo bags. So one time the wife helped him, but sometimes she was angry with him and they have a fight. And then she said, I will not work for you. So then he had to go to do the job, to do more work. And this was also, then he came late to the work. And if he received to the marketplace, they will not buy. So he have to continue working. So what did he do? He used his mind. He used a tool, okay, like a bag or like a pipe, where he put the bag inside. and then he weigh 1 kilo, and then he put all the lemons in this bag, and then it was finished, and then he go to the market. So like this, he saved time and money. This was according to Henry Ford, the harmony between the man and the machine and the material to reduce the variation of the cost. Would he only depend on his wife? The cost will go down. But if his wife is angry, the cost will go what? Or maybe the wife is sick. Now look like this. This is the cost. The wife help him, cost will go down. Then his wife is sick or she's angry with him, it will what? The cost will go up. Right? Like this. So when he used the machine, what is going to happen?
Acceptable area.
An acceptable area. Yes, mashallah. An acceptable area. Now the variation is in control. Before, look, you can see here, it's not out of control. His wife is angry with him. She said, I will not work for you. Now he's in crisis. Okay? Now, this one, yes, it's good. The wife helped him, it's good. He's happy. But it's better to have a variation, but it should be in control. Yes, very good. Thank you very much. So this is what Henry Ford contributed to Six Sigma. I need half an hour more and then we go home. So can I have your attention for half an hour?
Yes, sure.
Okay. So let's see, for example, an inspection. For example, how many letters are there of letter F in this paragraph? You have 1 minute. One say 3. Who says 5? 16. Look, variation. Now we have another variation. Look, let's see again. We have a variation. This is what we have here. Okay, now somebody will say only 3. 1, 2, 3. One will say only 3, and one will say 16. Okay, one will say 10. So what is right? One says 7. So what is right and what is wrong? So we have a lot of variation because why? We are using inspecting. Some people are using the F inside the Arabic one. Yes. And some people say, no, there's Arabic sentence, so I will not use the F. I will only use the F here. I only use this one. So you can see a lot of variation because of the inspection. That is why we should never depend on inspection and on QC. You can, yes, you need QC sometimes, but you should not depend the operation on QC. You should always depend the operation on PC, on QA. So Six Sigma, the modern scenario is very important to track down the simple metrics, manipulate and improve numbers. The concept of Six Sigma and other methods not only measures the site activity, but also strive to understand the factors affecting the metrics of Six Sigma. Common Six Sigma include defect rate, parts per million, Sigma level, which is 1, 2, 3, we have 6 Sigma levels. We have process capability. What is meaning process capability? For example, that when your process is inside, if this is the Y, and this is the USL, and this is the LSL, if your process is here, so your process is controlled. But if your process is, for example, like this, Your process is out of control. So you have a process capability. When you are in the range, you might be equal 1. But if you are out of control, you equal what? -1. This is your process capability. What is yield? Yield is what the customer want. Yield is what the customer, the number or what the customer wants is yield. So these are the methodology of Six Sigma. It's in page 4. So before in Ford Henry Ford age, the management was using the plan, the check and act. We will plan, you will do, my supervisors will check on you, the inspector will check on the product, and we will provide you with better equipment. Okay? In the new Japanese way, or the new management, okay, everybody will plan, do, check, act. Everybody. Okay, not only management, everyone. And we have a Six Sigma methodology or structure. Okay, so what is this methodology, or what are the main fundamentals of Six Sigma? First, if I want to be a Six Sigma company, I need to have a rigorous training to individuals within organization who are then assigned roles as green belt, black belt, master black belt. The training includes advanced statistical analysis skills and project management skills. So I need to have a training. Before I can start the Six Sigma, I need to train all the stuff on yellow belt training with basic statistics. Then we have to build a trained teams that are assigned well-defined projects with clear objectives and have a direct impact. That's how I do the project charter. I make a team, I give them an objective, and I get the authority, and I make and then I have a documented problem available. Then I emphasize on defining, measuring, analyzing, improving, and controlling. It's this DMAIC process which we use in Six Sigma. The project of Six Sigma is called DMAIC. And several Six Sigma projects are running in the same time, which will save the company millions. And then, of course, the most important thing is the commitment of management and senior executive implementation methodologies as a part of the organization's business strategy. Any question? So we have a lot of quick Six Sigma companies. These are some of these companies of Six Sigma. And as we said before, we have a statistical problem, turn it into a practical problem, turned into a statistical problem turned into statistical solution, a practical solution turned into a control plan, and then we control the problem. As you can see, that Six Sigma revolves on the DMAIC, where we start the project. One of the good things in Six Sigma is that you can start the project without knowing the root cause. This is different from PMP. PMP, you must first make a business case. And then you start the project, which is the planning phase, implementing phase, and control phase. But you still have to have a business case first. You must make a root cause analysis first. But in Six Sigma, you can start the project by just giving the symptoms and the business case for the project. Yani, we have customer complaints. Customer does not come back. We have, for example, scrap rate, high scrap rate. I don't know why. But we will do a project to know the scrap rate. That is why it is also a part of ISO, the Six Sigma. It is a part of the ISO شو اسمه 15015, which is a non-mandatory standard for continuous improvement. Six Sigma is used in agriculture. Six Sigma is even used in cows, in farming. There's one small company, a small country in the desert, in the Middle East, who is producing about 10,000 liters per cow per annum. And we have also some other countries, for example, the European countries. They are producing about 7,500 liters per cow per annum. America, about 8,000 liters per cow per annum. In India, I think about 4,000 liters per cow per annum. But this state or this country, I will not say the name, in Middle East have reached a 10,000 liters per cow per annum. What does this mean? They have increased the efficiency and the lifetime of producing milk. What did they do? They put a chip inside the cow, and they're actually calculating the hours of sleep, the hours of movement, hours of static, and then when they see that there's a lot of sleeping more or a lot of movement more than others, there's some variation, they will just interfere and try to solve the problem for the cow, to keep the cow happy, which is resulting into this increased efficiency of the. And also the prime minister of this country, he said to them that we can teach you this. He goes to Africa and tell them, if you are my ally, we can teach you all this agriculture Six Sigma. As we said that Six Sigma and ISO 1353 standard. 1353 describes methodology for the business improvement methodology known as Six Sigma. The methodology typically comprises 5 phases: define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. Recommends the preferred or best practice for each of the phase of the dynamic methodology used during the execution of a Six Sigma project. You can buy this from Amazon. You can go to ISO and ask them for international standard of Six Sigma qualitative process improvement. We have processes and we have to have them available, so we can start with Six Sigma. A process is where you have a start and then you have a decision-making point, decision-making a paragraph where you have yes or no, and then you have an end and some certain steps. The reason that we have a DSOB is that when somebody is not very familiar, not very expert in that job, he can do the same quality level by using just the DSOB. So you can see what is the input affecting. It is man, machine, methods, mother nature, management materials, measurement system. All these are part of the process, which is affecting the process. You can see that, for example, here, every worker have a standard work procedure. He's not working from his head. He's working from the standard working procedure to reduce the variation. Also, this one you can use tables as work DSOB. We can use a flow chart, and you can use also 1, 2, and then 1, 3, 1, 4, and then 1, 5, like that. And you can see here, these are the work instructions everywhere in a factory. You can see that quickly you can go to, so if there's any dispute, anything you want to check, just go to the work instructions. This is also one hospital, I think in Dammam, they were providing they will tell you to the patients what is going to happen for COVID-19 patients. So, what have we learned so far? Yes, sir. I know you're tired. I know that, but we are going to finish now. So please help me and try to participate in this. What have we learned till now? Miss Wasan, Muhammad, ما شاء الله محمد كثير عندكم. محمد, Salim, Naif.
Self-improvement.
Okay.
And
Yes.
Problem solve environment of problem solving environment. And the main purpose what I learned that this all program is related to how you can satisfy your customer and how you can gain advantages like benefits like money or like in terms of how you can save for your company.
Yes. Very good. Very good. Somebody else? Thank you, Mahsen. Thank you very much. Somebody else?
Okay. What I learned is that improvement is a non-stop process.
Yes.
That's
yes.
all.
MashaAllah.
Thank
you. What else? Somebody else? Ibrahim, Zishan, Mus'ab. تفضل.
To get the problem statistic or يعني to make it view and get brainstorming from all the stuff. To get the idea to solve this problem and to generate also new idea.
So you mean in participating as a teamwork and empowering the employees and breaking the barriers between upper management and lower management, right?
Yes. And to take this decision at part, and not only to show these ideas and then throw it back, but to use it.
Yes. Okay, very good. Well, somebody else? Salim?
Yes. What I learned is that the Six Sigma is how we can continuously improve our process to bring the results within the acceptable range of the customer yield, in the customer requirements.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Somebody else? Mr. Bakri, Mr. Saud, Faisal, Ashraf, Fawaz.
I can say Sigma implementation come to the picture when we want to solve a problem or when the problem occurs.
Okay, very good. Okay, so any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Yes, Mr. Muhammad Salim.
شكرا أستاذ على المحاضرة هذه. بس في عندي استفسار إلى الآن حاليا وصلنا إلى مرحلة زي ما في بداية السلايدات بين المعرفة والتعليم. إلى الآن معظمها معرفة.
أيوه.
حاليا نواجه إشكالات في العمل، فكيف نحط المشكلة في التسلسل هذا PMAIC Define Measuring Analyze Improve and Control.
أيوه.
أنا عندي مشكلة حاليا كيف أعكسها في المعيار هذا؟ يعني إيش؟ معنا الادوات بس كيف نستخدمها الاستخدام الصحيح.
هو هناخذ هذه بكره ان شاء الله، هنستخدمها بكره. بس هو انت كبدايه انه رساله من السي او انه نحن هنستخدم السكس سيجما. طبعا ما حيكون بين يوم وليله، انه خلاص حنكون السنه الجايه 6 سيجما كومباني، وانه حنعتمد الديمايك والايزو 13035 كاسلوب لحل المشكلات والوصول الى الروت كوز، وكمان تحسين الجودة وخدمة العملاء. هذا خطاب واحد زي هذا يكفي لجميع الموظفين، هذا واحد. بعدين طبعا هيكون جميع الموظفين المفروض ياخذوا يلو بيلت اللي في الاوبريشن، مثلا. بعدين في ناس منهم المشرفين ياخذوا جرين بيلت. مو الكل تدي له جرين بيلت، المشرفين التيم ليدرز الناس الاكسبرت تديهم جرين بيلت. بعد كده ان رؤساء الاقسام تدي له بلاك بيلت، يعني هياخذ يلو جرين بلاك. هناخذ هذا الكلام بكره بس انا هشرحه دحين، يعني كمان مشكله عندنا لسه وقت باقي كم دقيقه. فانت ممكن ايش تسوي؟ انه انت اليلو بيلت يعني هيكون تيم ممبر هيشتغل تحت الجرين بيلت. الجرين بيلت هيكون تيم ليدر، وهم هيشتغلوا في البروجكت. مين يشرف عليهم؟ البلاك بيلت بيشرف عليهم. طيب مين يشرف على البلاك بيلت؟ اللي هيشرف عليه الشامبيون، اللي هو الشخص اللي السي او او الفي بي او السي او الشخص اللي هو اعلى شخص في الهرم، هو اللي هيشرف على هذه الاشياء. يعني الاجتماعات اللي موجوده اللي بيسووها مثلا ممكن نفرغ اليلو بيلت والجرين بيلت لمده ساعه ونص كل يوم ليحل المشكله. عنده مشروع معين تمت الموافقه عليه، فنديله مثلا وعرفنا كم المده المخططه لها للمشروع، ويبدا هو يبداوا هم يشتغلوا. وطبعا لازم يرسلوا فيدباك، المحاضر حق الاجتماعات الاشياء دي كلها يرسلوها للبلاك بيلت، والبلاك بيلت يرسلها للشامبيون. يعني في متابعه. يعني البلاك بيلت حيكون عنده سجل بالمشاريع القائمه، سجل بالمشاريع المنتهيه، سجل بالمشاريع القادمه. اوكي؟ فهو الان مثلا ممكن يسوي ايش؟ عندك مشاريع الان قائمه، والله عندي المشروع الفلاني المشروع الفلاني المشروع الفلاني قائم في المنطقه حقتي. طيب متى هذا يخلص؟ متى ده يخلص؟ هو يعرف بالضبط متى يخلص لانه هو بيشرف على الجرين بيلت. اليلو بيلت والجرين بيلت ما يتفرغوا من عملهم الا ساعه ونص الى ساعتين في اليوم. والجرين بيلت ما يشتغل الا واحد. الجرين بيلت بيشتغل يعني يشتغل بس في واحد مشروع في نفس الوقت، يعني ما يشتغل في مشروعين. بينما البلاك بيلت ممكن يشتغل في 10 مشاريع في نفس الوقت، لانه هو ما بيدخل في التفاصيل. وطبعا النتائج لما يكون خلاص هم خلصوا المشروع هيكون في حفله بسيطه، وهيكون في خطاب شكر للمجموعه مو للشخص، ما في شخص قام بها، التيم. طبعا هذه كلها هناخذها بعد شوي، بعد فتره هناخذها، بس هي عشان اجاوبك تبدا بخطاب من السي او انه نحن حنعتمد السكس سيجما في حل المشكلات، في الوصول الى شو اسمه الجذري، الحل الجذري للوصول الى الجوده والوصول الى رضا العملاء، وعن طريق الديمايك. الديمايك هو المشروع. انت ممنوع تنتقل اذا انت في مرحله الديفاين، ممنوع تنتقل الى الميجرمنت. اذا انت في مرحله الميجرمنت ممنوع تنتقل الى الكنترول. انت لازم تخلص كل مرحله تخلصها. وزي ما قلنا ممنوع تتكلم برايك، ممنوع تتكلم بخبرتك، ممنوع تتكلم بمنصبك. يعني حتى لو جاء مثلا الجرين بيلت الحين ماسك المشروع، واذا هو شاف شيء ما، ممنوع انه هو يفرض رايه، يكون بالتصويت ويكون بناء على الاحصائيه. والبلاك بيلت نعم ممكن يستمع، ممكن ممكن يساعد، ولكن ممنوع يفرض رايه. يكون هذا بالبرين ستورمينج ويكون بالتصويت. يعني في اكثر من حل، ولكن اختيار الحل بيكون بناء على الناس اللي عندهم الخبره اللي هم شغالين تحت. فحتى لو جاء السي او دخل جوا ممكن يشارك بمعلومه بس ما يفرض رايه، لانه كده لغينا السكس سيجما. فالاداره يا انها كوميتد يا انها انفولفد. انفولفد يعني نسوي دوره ونحط اعلان في الجريده ان احنا سوينا 6 سيجما، هذا انفولفمنت، ويلا كويس وصفقوا لهم وسووا لهم حفله. ولكن انفولفد يعني انا وافقت على المشروع، انت عندك وثيقه المشروع شيك في جيبك، هتشتغل فيه واللي انت تقوله ينفذ الين ما ينتهي. انا اتابعك، انا ما اسيبك كده، اتابعك، قول لي ايش صار، اشرح لي ايش صار. اذا تحتاج مساعده، في احد ما بيتساعد معك، في احد من المدراء ولا الجي امات ولا الدايركتورز ولا شيء ما بيساعدك، قل لي مين هو، انا اساعدك، انا اتفاهم معه. تعال نروح سوا انا انت ونروح هناك للمكتب حقه. انت اهم شيء جيب لي احصائيات وجيب لي جيب لي بيانات عن المشكله. اوكي؟ فهذا هو الحل، هذه الطريقه. وبعد كده طبعا تبدي تمشي المشاريع. وبعد كده مثلا في نهايه السنه يجي واحد يقول لك مثلا تيجي مثلا سعودي يقول انا كنت والله عضو في فريق في فريق صح، كنت يلو بيلت، وكنت عضو في فريق التحسين في المشروع الفلاني، وكنت عضو في فريق التحسين في المشروع الفلاني، وفرنا كذا وفرنا كذا وفرنا كذا. اطلب عليها ترقيه حسب المستوى الوظيفي اللي عندك. لكن بعد ممنوع الترقيه بعد كده في الاوبريشن الا بعد ما انت تكون عضو في فريق التحسين. هذا لازم يكون فيك، لازم يكون في المكافآت. المكافأة تكون الفريق. يعني الجرين بيلت ما يتكلم انا، يقول لك انا وفريقي، نحن كده فريقي شايف كده، ما يتكلم اياه انه انا، لانه مش هو. عكس البي ام بي اللي هو بس يقول لك انا البروجكت مانجر، انا الكل في الكل، انا اللي اقول. لا، السكس سيجما لا، تيم ورك، فولي تيم ورك. فحنتكلم اكثر عن الموضوع هذا ان شاء الله بكره. يعني هذه كان المقدمه شويه، اخذت فتره طويله شويه في الموضوع، فما قدرنا نمشي. بس ان شاء الله بكره حنمشي اكثر في السكس سيجما. يعني فهمنا شيء، فهمنا الاشياء كثيره. السكس سيجما معناها فاريشن، تذبذب. ما في شيء اسمه يمشي بخط مستقيم، ما في شيء اسمه مثاليه، كل شيء فيه تذبذب. التذبذب هذا الفاريشن طول ما هو اندر كنترول انت جيد. اذا خرج عن الكنترول اللي هو يبغاه الكاستمر فانت في خطر. تركيزك كله يكون على الكاستمر والتيم ورك. ونتكلم بكره عن الستراكشر، عن كيف نسوي السكس سيجما. بدايه السكس سيجما خطاب من السي او انه خلال السنه الجايه حنكون نحن سكس سيجما كومباني. وطبعا تسوي خطه للتدريب. وزي ما قلت لكم ما انصح انه الكل ياخذ حزام اسود، لا، انه في ناس ياخذوا حزام اصفر، ناس ياخذوا حزام اخضر، ناس ياخذوا حزام اسود. طبعا بعدين بعد فتره الحزام الاصفر بعد ما شارك في اكثر من كده يصير عنده حزام اخضر. يعني انا ممكن مثلا يجي فهد الحين يقول لك انا بروح معهد مثلا اونلاين واخذ لي حزام اسود. الشركه ما تعتمدك الى حزام اصفر بناء على انتاجك، مو عن الشهاده حقتك. الشهاده معناها انك حضرت دوره، لكن انتاجك هو انت كم وفرت وكم حسنت من اخطاء وكيف انت جبت لمصلحه الشركه. التفكير ما بيكون يا سعود ويا طلال ويا فيصل ويا سالم ويا فهد وسن، ما يكون بناء على رؤيتك الشخصيه ولا على منصبك، بيكون على السجل اللي عندك في التحسين المستمر. اذا الشركه تبغى تتحسن تستفيد من السكس سيجما، وكثير من الشركات ترى حتى في السعوديه الان ناجحه بتستخدم السكس سيجما، زي شركه ناقل، زي شركه كريستال، زي الهيئه الملكيه في مرافق، كثير من الشركه السعوديه للكهرباء كلهم بيستخدموا السكس سيجما الان. ونجحت في هذا الشيء. وفي عندي كمان ناس عندي من الجوهره، كانت في شركه ماسكه الصيانه وعندهم مشكله في السبرينكلر سيستم، فرئيسهم قال لهم عشان فلوس، لان هي منشاه حكوميه، فافضل طريقه نوصل للمشكله هذه وقانونيه لما يحاسبونا عليها ان نستخدم الديمايك ال 13035 الايزو. ليش؟ لان نوصل لاصل المشكله عن طريق الديمايك، لانه احنا ما نعرف المشكله فين، لكن نحتاج مشروع ونحتاج اشياء اداريه في المشروع. فالبي ام بي لا، لازم توصل للمشكله وبعدين تبدا المشروع، ممكن يفشل ممكن ينجح. لكن السكس سيجما لا، انت لسه ما انت عارف المشكله، انت عارف المشكله لكن ما تعرف فين اسباب المشكله وما تعرف الجذر الحقيقي للمشكله، ومع ذلك تقدر تبدا المشروع قانونيا. فرئيسهم قال لهم نحن نستخدم الديمايك اللي هو الايزو 13035 اللي هو حق السكس سيجما من اجل الوصول الى اصل المشكله التقنيه هذه. وكثير من الشركات تسوي هذا الشيء. طبعا لما توصل انت لاصل المشكله فانت تمنع التجارب، تمنع الهدر، وتقلل التكاليف، وتوصل بسرعه الى اعاده الانتاج والكفاءه. زي كذا. سؤال ثاني مستر محسن؟ Mr. Abdullah?
Sir, what is the main difference between PMP and Six Sigma? Because I have done PMP. It sounds almost the same to me. Nothing, a major difference between PMP and Six Sigma, is there?
Okay, Mohsen. The PMP, you are project manager. You say, okay, I want to make a project. Then the CEO say you will make a business case. Then you make a business case. All Mohsen. And then you will manage the project. And then you will get your friends and your neighbors to be your team members. And then if somebody of your team members don't say what you want, then you say, I will kick you out of my project because I'm the project manager. Okay? It is, yeah, and then that's why many projects fail. PMP projects, 70% of the PMP project fail. And maybe half of the 30, the rest of the 30, they become late. They fail to deliver on time. Okay? And that's why always they make revision 6, revision 7, revision 9, and then they make now a business analyst. Why? Because they see that there's no customer in there. So they make a business analyst. So he works with the project manager to make a KPI that everything is with the customer. So now they're taking it from Six Sigma. For me, I think PMP is a waste of time. And
So
then PMP
Six Sigma is a team building.
It's,
Six
yes.
Sigma is teach you how to coordinate with each other, how to go for the solutions. While the PMP, as you are saying, it's just telling you that how can you get the projects.
Yeah.
It will not tell you, it will not go for the solution, but Six Sigma will give you the solution.
Yes, techniques only. Risk management.
Yeah, PMP is only a
communication
technique.
plan. That's all, but it doesn't have any soul.
Yeah, PMP is only a technique. Yeah,
yes,
that's agreed with you.
Yeah.
PMP is only a technique.
سالم تفضل يا سالم.
يعطيك العافية دكتور على الشرح الوافي. الله يعطيك العافية إن شاء الله. بس برضو يعني تعقيب على كلام محسن about the project management. Again, for our objective for the PMP, which is main even in the contracting companies, time frame control. Time frame control is the main objective there in the project. So yeah. PMP, they can exactly as the same time frame they can control. But what about the Six Sigma? Is this an obstacle for this, or
okay?
Can control again
what you just said is it is a weakness of PMP. It's not a strength in PMP. So let's say I'm making a bridge, and I'm out of time. Okay. And because I'm out of time, because I'm using some processes and quality control things, that's why I'm out of time. So what will I do to catch up with time? What is the normal mistake happening in projects to cope up with the time?
Speed up the process?
Speed up the process by sacrificing what?
But sacrifice the money,
the quality, either money or quality. Either you have to pay more money, you are out of the budget because of the time,
you have to
or you reduce the quality to stick on time.
Either run a double shift or reduce the quality. That's
yes, but also to something else. A PMP project, with my respect, it is more to build something. But in Six Sigma, it is to keep your operation. It is to find errors in the operation, okay, to improve the operation. It's not to make something and finish. No, it is to improve your operation, to reduce the waste in operation, to reduce the errors, to reduce the cost of operation, to know exactly what the customer wants before we operate. That is about Six Sigma. PMP is about, yes, we want a bridge, and how much it will cost. So how much can we make a budget? And then we have a budget and we have a time, but mostly what is actually happening, for example, when you see the buildings, when there's raining, where's rain, for example, in Jeddah, you feel a lot of projects, they are good, they look good, maybe they're processed on time, but then when you see, when there's draining, they failed.
Yeah.
Why?
When rain comes, all projects are failed.
Because they sacrifice the quality. Because they want to stick up with the time.
No, but Six Sigma is. But Six Sigma, I have not seen Six Sigma telling you the framework of the solution. I mean, it's telling you that when you are achieving some targets, the processes which you are following, how you can improve those processes and how you can rectify your mistakes, knowing the end result in mind. But PMP, what's telling you is the framework that, okay, this is how it should be done. And when you dig deep, then you know that, okay, you should use Six Sigma. So I think it's a kind of a mixture in a way that once you are executing some project, you need some tools and techniques to save your cost, to improve your process, to rectify your mistakes. So Six Sigma is one of those tools, and this is a primary tool to achieve targets.
Yes,
this is my assumption. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you are right. You can use Six Sigma in the operation of the project, PMP project. Yeah, for example, let's say we are going to be late in the project.
Yeah.
Why we are late? So we can use a Six Sigma in the operation of the process of the project. Yes, which will end on that time. Yes, why not? You can use that as once you have an operation, you can use Six Sigma. But yes, PMP is tools, techniques for making something. Okay, for developing something, to build something. It is not about operation. It's not a sustainment. But still, it have.
Is it?
Yes. Yes.
Is it possible to execute a? Is it possible to execute a project without management plan, just with the Six Sigma implementation?
No. You have to have a project charter. This is the first thing you have to have. You have to have a legal document. That's also Six Sigma is the same like PMP, that you have to have a project charter, which is made in the define phase, where you get the signature of the CEO. Yes, because otherwise, how can you change a process? It's not your money. That is the money of the company. So you need the approvals. But once you have the approval, you have to stick with it. This guy, or I mean this gentleman who is going to assign the charter, he should stick with what he have signed for. He should not just stick, no, I don't want this. No, you have signed here. Okay, this is our findings. Okay, you have
so how to draft
to do that. Yes.
So how to draft that's project management is telling you.
Yeah, that's
without that you can't draft a charter on the first place.
Yeah. Tomorrow, inshallah, we will take this. We will start the define phase and measure phase. We will start this one, inshallah, tomorrow. Anybody else? تفضل. سعود, Salim, Fahad.
Yes, I
Talal.
want to ask.
أيوة محمد.
I want to ask about how can you deal with the problems coming from outside?
Outside, like what?
Outside the company.
You mean like, for example, government policies?
Yes.
Okay.
Corona.
Yes. Okay. So you have factors which are controllable, and you have factors which are not controllable.
So you mean it should be flexible?
Yes, you should concentrate on the factors which are controllable. But on the long term, you can reduce some time, you can reduce some resources, you can combine some things, you can give it to another party, to a third party, maybe, to deal with something, with some problems which occur. But in the first time, you have controlled factors and you have uncontrolled factors.
So controlled factors can be fixed, but uncontrolled factors we can
later, maybe on the long term.
Yeah, for long term.
Yes.
Yeah, this
quick wins, controllable factors.
Yeah.
Long term wins. Yes, why not? We can make for example, you can make some agreement.
Outsourcing or something like
that.
that.
You can give a third party. Yes, if it's not your.
You mean you will make some changes in the chart?
Which chart?
In the flow of Six Sigma. I mean you will make some changes to get your problem solved.
Yes, but because that's why you use the define measure. You first define the problem, then you measure the gap, then you analyze the problem to see the factors, and then you know which factors are contributing to the problem. Then you improve it based on the experience of the team, because they're the process owner, and then you control it. And then you make a project closure notification. You make lessons learned. You will make a party, and then it is closed, finished, and then it's a part of the operation. Then you make another continuous improvement project. Mr. Amin? Somebody else? أستاذ هشام؟ طيب. إذا خلاص نكتفي بهالقدر. إذا في سؤال إذا خلاص أنا حقفل الآن، وإن شاء الله بكرة الساعة 11 تماما يعني بإذن الله تعالى. أشكركم على الحضور، وأشكر جميع الناس اللي شاركوا بالأسئلة بالكومنتس، ويعطيكم ألف عافية. شكرا يا فيصل، يعطيكم العافية. Thank you very much for coming early, and thank you for participation, and thank you for your comments. And inshallah, tomorrow I see you inshallah at 11 o'clock, inshallah. If you need anything, please about the books or the PDF, ask Miss Ahlam to contact Mr. Khalid from Vision, and they will provide you the PDF and also any training materials you need. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Take care. Bye bye.